Yes, indeed. The Secret of the Dragon Emperor. Man, I love that video. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Arvanauts, to a Tuesday stream. Welcome to June 23rd, 2026. It is officially summer in every sense of the word now. It's past the longest day of the year. We are officially past the summer solstice, and we are moving on into the summer proper, and I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited that we are all here together, and I must say that looking at Dragonbane, it's going to get, as I said, a little confusing when we start Dragonlance, and all of a sudden we're going to have a Dragonbane and a Dragonlance, and there's going to be a lot of anti-dragon propaganda going on this channel, I suspect, when that happens, but it's going to be good times. Did you know, Big Boss, that song, Summertime and the Living is Easy, is a song that my mother sang when she and my father were on one of their first dates, because my mother was off Broadway, was a actress who was in the traveling company The Sound of Music, and apparently my father was impressed. So one of the reasons I'm talking to you is because of that song, Summertime and the living is easy. Anyway, for those living in Europe right now, I understand a lot of Europe anyway. It probably feels sweltering. I don't know how easy the life is, but I hope everyone hangs in there. I know it's been brutal, and it's not given up any time immediately soon, but hang in there. Please stay cool if you possibly can. Oh, that's awesome, Triffid. That's cool. But I'm here. I'm excited, folks. I'm looking forward to this. We have got a lot going on starting in the next few days, but I want to get through this here. So let's talk about what we've got happening. You are here at day 10 of Dragonbane, The Secret of the Dragon Emperor, a episode I am calling Which Cult to Choose. Welcome. I'm glad you're all here. Please spread the word. If you haven't already done so, please follow us here in the channel. Please check out our YouTube as well with !ArvTube. Discord is ! And please follow me and subscribe over there too. It's free to do that, but it helps us out. Discord is ! !ArvCord. You can hang out with the Arvanauts in between streams. Blue Sky, ! !ArvSky. It struck me that I've been on there just about 3 years, and I am already past the number of subscribers that I had on Twitter in about 12 years. So a little bit of a difference in engagement. Much happier over at Blue Sky. ! ArvSky, and the website for this, arvaneleron.com. Financially, ! ArvShop, that's the merchandise area. ! ArvTreon is the Patreon. Trying to build that back up into triple digits. Please join those folks. We have had a few over the last few weeks who have joined up as free or paid members. You can be one of them. Please do that. Please also consider subscribing to our channel here on Twitch, because we have those custom sub badges and emotes to use here, there, and everywhere across Twitch. And in fact, let me see if I've got, hold on a second. Let me see if I've got a promotional thing going on. I think I do. Something is tickling my fancy about Twitch promotions. Wait a second. Hang on just a moment. All right. If I go into their creator thing, there's that. Okay, and then I go into, let's see, community. No, it's not that. I go into monetization. No, it's not that. It's viewer rewards, I think. That might actually be what it is. Okay, I'm just going to go here because I know it's here somewhere. Sorry, just trying to make sure that I get the thing that I need. More promotional time for your channel. That's what I was looking for. Okay, hit the link. Start a promo. Yes, I'm starting a promo right now. Because it's a good time to do it. Okay, we've got that. We're going to select this for the next, let's say, 3 hours. And start the discount. Starting it right now. Let's go. Okay, so now you have a limited time discount. 35% off 5 or more tier 1 gift subs. So right now you can do this. Please do. Please join us by supporting the promotion. I've meant to do this before and I forgot. And now I have not forgotten anymore. So I had a chance to do that. So you can save a little money if you do those gift subs. You get those custom sub badges for yourself and inspirations to help our tabletop players across the month. That is always a good thing as well. On the publishing front, ! Icarus is my graphic novel from Mathis Arts. ! Library is my Tales and Tomes, The Forbidden Library. That's my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment, which is coming, which is out now and is a bestseller for them. If you have not already done so, please check out ! Greyshade. Greyshade is my Greyshade IP, which is my Grey Assassin trilogy, award-winning, critically acclaimed. And that, let's see, critically acclaimed. And you can get those books right now. You can also get the audiobooks of Grey Shade, Renegade, and Heretic from our very own Trent Sparks at that link. And you can pre-order the tabletop role-playing game of Grey Shade coming to you from Alligator Alley Entertainment and Brandon O'Brien coming very soon. So you can pre-order that now. It's awesome. You should check it out. Please do spread the word about that also. And as always, exclamation point BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Exclamation point Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And exclamation point Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage. And send the message will do so for others in that situation in the future. Quick note on schedule. We have this going on today until about 3:15 Eastern. Then I will be over on GOG Comms Twitch channel for my final pre-San Francisco stream. I'll be over there at 4 p.m. Eastern playing the Lamplighters League. More of that with the Pen and Pixels, and then tomorrow night we will have D&D with the Shadow Crew as we continue with Dungeon of the Mad Mage. But I myself will be winging my way to San Francisco tomorrow. I'm going to be there for a little while out on the West Coast because on Saturday we have Roleplay by the Bay. That is right. Those of you who live in the Bay Area, those of you who want to travel to the Bay Area of California, now's your time, folks, because Zach Clay and I are running Roleplay by the Bay, a tabletop role-playing event. It is going to be taking place at the main branch of the San Francisco Public Library in a room called the Corrett Auditorium. It will feature Damon Runyon Cancer Research Foundation scientists. Starts in the morning, Saturday the 27th at 10 a.m. Pacific time is when the doors open. We'll be getting started around 10:15. I'll be doing a chat with the scientists, asking them about their work. Then we'll be doing a 2-hour session, a tabletop session with these 4 amazing Damon Runyon Cancer Research Foundation scientists in front of a live audience. Then we'll have a lunch break, and then from 2 until 5 p.m. we will have I beg your pardon, is that right? Let's see, 11 to 1, and then we have 1 to 2. Yes, that's right, 2 to 5. From 2 to 5 p.m. Pacific, we will have a session that Zach Clay will be running for the teen members of his teen intern program that he runs at the San Francisco Public Library. I'm writing an adventure for it. I believe Zach is as well. It's going to be a good time. There's going to be interactivity. There's going to be giveaways. You're definitely going to want to be there. We already have a number of people signed up for it, actually, on Eventbrite. And so I do want to remind everybody that if you want to do this thing and would like to go see it, I am going to try to live stream it, but the live streaming situation there is a bit iffy, so I don't know, and I will not have time myself to be able to coordinate that when I'm also actually trying to run the event in person. So if you're like, I really want to make sure that I see this and I happen to live somewhere near the Bay Area, then please go here at the eventbrite.com link I've just posted so that you can get your names registered. It's free to attend, but we do ask that you register your name so that you can have a spot reserved. And I'm very excited for this because I really think it's going to be a fun event. It's the first annual, and it's sort of there's a big void, I think, right now in the Bay Area where there's not a lot of big tabletop events, and so hopefully this is the first of many that we're going to see there. So very excited for this. Excited to have everyone there be a part of it, I hope. So please spread the word. Let people know I'll be doing that on Saturday the 27th, and then I have no idea after that for the next week and a half to 2 weeks what my streaming stuff is going to look like. I am going to bring my Steam Deck with me. I'm going to have ARVBox with me. In fact, I just got a new refreshed laptop from my university, so I'm going to have all that stuff with me. I don't know how much I'm going to or not be able to do. I'm not sure. We will see. But I am going to try to do my best to see if I can stream at least at some point down there. So we will see how that works. In fact, let's see. Streaming stuff. Gather ARVBox stuff. Just putting a note to myself to make sure that I add that into my my packing plans. Did most of my packing already, but I have a little bit left that I want to get done today because we're flying out tomorrow morning. So that is the deal with that. Okay, now with all that said, I am now going to unmute myself and apologize to anyone that I interrupted because I couldn't hear them, and then I'm going to unmute them. And last but certainly not least, I'm going to head over to reveal to you the crew, they are here. All of them except for one, who maybe right now, I don't know if, I know Crocs had a previous engagement, which is why he can't be with us today. I don't know if that engagement involved basically swimming in an ice bath, but it might be a good idea given what Europe is currently sweltering under. But despite the heat from two of our number here, we are here and ready to go for you. So I will say again, Crocs normally plays Toriel. He will not be with us today, but will return next month. So hope all is well with Crocs over there. And so I will move swiftly on to Tari, who is with us and has not melted away just yet. Apparently is still a constituent body that is not ended up as liquid. So congratulations on still surviving. Just got to stay together. Somebody was posting, from the whatever it was from Next Generation, whatever the hell that creature was, that kills Tasha Yar, or whatever the blob mud.
Armus.
The mud thing. Anyway, so
from the episode Skin of Evil.
Skin of Evil, which is a very fun episode title. Anyway, Tari is here, so it's good to see you, Tari. How's everything by you? How are you staying cool and surviving? And who are you playing today?
Well, first of all things considered, I'm doing pretty good with the heat. Like, I found a method, and also it helps that we're currently having a dry heat, despite all odds, considering that we are basically below sea level most of the country. But this is a swampland. But no, I'm actually doing reasonably well. I found a method to keep the house at a livable temperature, and it really, really helps that during nighttime it actually cools down outside. That is the real killer when it stays hot overnight. Yeah,
that is brutal. It's true. So you've basically trained Lorelei to run around dragging a spray bottle and just spraying the house, right? Is that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. Good call.
But no, it's just strategic window closing, opening, strategic fan placement, and a trusty spray bottle with water, which I can very much recommend. I don't know why this is not a more widespread thing, but to just spray yourself with cold water.
Please note for everyone that may not have seen it, can you just hold that up again? It's not just spraying with a water bottle. It's spraying with a skull. All right. So it's
because of course.
Right. It's like Spraymento Mori. Okay, just make sure that you.
Oh yeah.
Who are you playing today, Tara?
I'm playing Ahatea the Terrible, who also has a skull, though not a human skull, but a duck skull on the top of her staff.
On top of her neck, yes.
Yes, on top of her neck. Also, presumably, something has to contain the 2 brain cells that she has. She is a wizard, and and the duck also, but the walking, talking kind. I mean, regular ducks also walk often, but
the actual anthropomorphized-ish.
Isn't that different?
It's not that different.
Yeah, compared to what they are. I was thinking that the biggest twist for this would be at the very end of our campaign, if all of a sudden Atea reaches up, pulls off the mask, and it turns out she was a frog, and you're the twist. The twist, what?
No. I'm waiting for the Scooby-Doo moment when she finally gets caught. And it's and I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Darn meddling animal kids. That's right. But
that frog.
That's right. It wasn't for them. Or that it's whatever the first episode of Star Wars was, right? Where it turns out the whole thing is that Frogor was actually Ahatea the whole time, and Ahatea is the actual and it's wow, no one would have known the complexity of this character building.
Actually, we've been in a coma all along.
Yeah, exactly. This whole thing was a dream sequence. Yeah,
it's a dream.
It's a dream.
Hopefully not. Quack quack.
Well, you know what it is, Prince Justin. The first rule of Dragonbane: there is no Dragonbane. Okay, that's the first rule.
Oh, so I can go back to sleep?
No, no, not after I put my special D20 dragon shirt on. So you have to bane
but
this
that's
dragon.
not a dragon. That's a demon.
It's a good point. You make a good point. That's true. Maybe it's a dragon and demon combined together, like the yin and yang. It's the good and bad tied together, either a dragon or a demon, maybe. Or maybe I'm overthinking and it's just an awesome
Balls
shirt I
or
liked when I got it
strikes.
4 years ago. Yeah, exactly. But thank you, Tara. Always a pleasure to have you here. Also a pleasure to have Tren with us, despite exhaustion at time frames. But nonetheless, Tren, I'm glad to see you here. And it is not at least brutally hot where you are, so there's at least that. How are you doing? How's life in the universe? Is the Bay Area in suitable condition for the arrival of visitors, would you say? Is it like, is it ready to accommodate people, or are you like, abandon hope, there are dragons here, literally?
Well, see, that's the problem, is that a lot of people think as far as temperature, that the Bay Area is kind of monolithic. It's not. You have hundreds of microclimates all over the place. And so here in Fremont, it'll be 17 degree, 60 Fahrenheit. And 5 miles north, it'll be like 75 Fahrenheit,
Wow.
approaching 80.
Wow.
And then up in San Francisco, since you're surrounded on three sides by Pacific Ocean water, which is very cold, it'll be like 58 Fahrenheit, and you're just like, what the hell? It is like 80 kilometers north of San Jose up here. How can it be this much colder?
Yeah. I didn't realize there was that much variation even in a small period of small space. That's interesting. Yeah.
I had
so
that
when
as a kid.
when you were describing the clothes you're packing, I'm like, what? That'll work until about 4 p.m. and then the Delta breeze comes in and the temperature just plummets. And
no, I know. Well, we have all the fleece. I actually have a fleece still that I got in San Francisco many years ago, and I was telling the kids about this who have obviously never been out there, and they're like, it's California. So my daughter's like, California, so it should be really warm. I'm like, the Bay Area is not LA though.
No,
it gets pretty freaking.
There's a bit of a distance between the two.
It's probably going to be pretty chilly, which I think is fine because my daughter and I are not huge fans of the heat, so I think it'll probably be a good time. But 2 hours east, it's 90 degrees, so that track's tilted. Yeah, that's true. Trent, who are you playing today in our game?
Who cares?
No, I care.
Wait. Okay. Well, fine. Then you play him. No. Damn it. See, this is a problem. Normally when we started playing, I've just woken up every time, and that's why I can't remember my characters. Okay, his name is Chuff. He is a wolfkin hunter. I was about to talk about his subclass. He doesn't have one. He's a big wolf guy. I haven't done my orientation yet, so I can't remember if he's over here or if he's over here. Wherever he is.
The second one, he's over. The last one that you pointed at is where he was. Yes, that's right.
Which was this one.
Yes.
You're right.
There you go, right there. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Dexter.
Okay. Thank you.
Saying heraldry.
Yeah. But I'm pointing with my left hand, which is sinister.
No, that's still, for me, that's still on the right, because in heraldry you say stuff opposite ways around. You
What?
describe
Why?
it as from the viewer's perspective. From the carrier's perspective, I mean. The person who is carrying the shield there.
Heraldry people just make stuff up. All right.
I mean, yeah.
Arv, you quoted one of my favorite animations by Lucian, he's a furry artist. It's like these two characters. One of them is like, so what are your kinks? And the other one is like confusion and disgust. And he's like, what? Why? And he's like, oh, and
It's cute. It's good stuff.
Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna see what happens with.
We're gonna see. He may have sniffed some things out, quite literally. We'll talk about that in just a minute.
Maybe.
Big Boss. Every time I see Santa Anna, I think about the classic Steely Dan song where there's a line, "Here come those Santa Ana winds again." Steely Dan, which is tremendously Californian until you realize that they basically grew up mostly on the East Coast. Very, very weird. It's like everyone thinks Creedence Clearwater Revival is like some Louisiana band. No, in California. That's where they were from. Like, amazing. Anyway, always a pleasure to have Trent with us. Bruce, also a pleasure to have you with us as well. I know it has also been brutally hot where you are. Although you have explained, do you want to explain your new cooling method, which I think is cool, if you pardon me?
Yes. So anyone who has seen any of the streams that I've been in during previous heat waves knows that my house is a kiln, and it cooks everything inside of it. and there is no way to keep the house cold. There's no point even trying. So I have stopped trying to keep the house cold. Because as I said earlier, in the winter, when the house is cold, I don't try and warm up the house. I don't turn on the heating. I get a hot water bottle. So when the house is warm, that means you have to get a cold water bottle, which is a wet pillowcase with some ice packs in.
Nice.
And I have 12 ice packs. And if you see me disappear from the screen, it just means that I'm putting these ones in the freezer and getting some fresh ones
I'm
out.
resetting the ice packs. How do the, I'm sure the snakes love this, but how are the dogs handling it?
They are dying. They're just
Oh.
like lying on the floor
Oh.
in front of fans, just panting with their tongues out. There's just nothing.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I do have a little spray bottle as well that I'm occasionally spritzing them. And I did try to give Murthin my cold water bottle, and he let out the greyhound scream of death. Like yeah, I guess he didn't appreciate the
Wow.
sudden cold against his
Among
tummy.
the greyhound people, ice packs are death. Like okay.
Yeah, like the whole thing with cucumbers and cats, you know.
Yeah.
Wait,
brutal.
what about cucumbers and cats?
There was a
Terrifying.
whole thing for a while where like cats hate cucumbers, and people were posting videos of their cat facing the other way, and then they put a cucumber down behind the cat, and when the cat turns around, they jump and go, "Holy crap!"
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
And today I am playing Frogor, who is a mallard and not a frog. And he is a knight who serves Ahatea the Terrible. And he's an amazing knight, and he has no reason whatsoever to feel jealous or not good enough in front of these other shinier knights, just because they're bigger and they have shinier swords and big fancy horses that do as they're told. You know, like their horses are rubbish compared to the beautiful Hogor and our other sidekick / backup character, Chitgore, who is ready to reveal herself as a playable character at any point if Frogor dies.
Yeah.
So we must protect Chitgore at all costs.
At all costs. There was a part of a little bit of a Hogor existential or Hogor-stential crisis last session where there was this discussion about, like, I think Frogor was talking about this with Chuff. And it was kind of like, what do I do? You know, like, have you seen the horse? It's like, listen, not that I wouldn't. I mean, Hogor is the greatest horse that anyone could imagine, but have you seen this other horse? So there's a big moment where we could have just done a little side adventure about Hogor's, crisis of faith in himself. But
Do a Lilleman cameo.
that's true. We could be like, that's true. Lilleman, the survivor, the surviving horse. Anyway, it is a pleasure to have Bruce with us and to have all of the crew except Crocs with us. And let's get into it, folks, because in our last session, the crew has come together. The party has come together and has arrived in search of pieces of the statuette of the Dragon Emperor, has arrived at a place called Fort Malice. This is not actually spelled the way that it sounds, but it ought to be, because it certainly seems like there's some weird stuff going on here that could at least theoretically be malicious. There they were greeted by members of the Keepers of the Immaculate Flame, otherwise known as Dragon Knights. And these 3 Dragon Knights, one of them actually found them out in the world, which is why they ended up at this fort, Tylos. But the other Dragon Knights, Isadelia and Nikleon, have been traveling the Misty Vale trying to hunt down evil cultists, which sounds good, except the more that the party, and this is not me giving this some information, this is what they have concluded for themselves, the more they've interacted with these people, the more they've been like, maybe this is the cult that we're looking for. Like, this feels pretty cultish too, which is why I've subtitled this episode, Which Cult to Choose. They are with another cult, probably, people who are a little hardcore about actually getting what they need to defeat the evil cultists that roam this valley. So, for example...
How many H's are in that?
Say again? How many, what?
How many H's in the word witch?
In the word witch, two. So
Okay. So
that kind of
witch.
yes.
Which, not witch cult.
Yeah, witch cult. Haha. Yeah, exactly. No, witch as in a choice of cults. So that's what I should call it, a choice of cults.
We know
too.
you have a choice of cults when you travel.
And we appreciate that you've chosen this one. A choice of cults sounds like a Sherlock
Spirit
Holmes
Airlines.
subtitle.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, Spirit Airlines, a choice of cults. There's this funny Acquisitions Incorporated moment where there's a death curse that's happening as part of the Adventure Tomb of Annihilation, and so one of the guys is looking at someone who has this curse, and they're like, "Have you ever died before?" And so they're like, "Yeah, do you die quite a bit? Do you die once or twice a week? Do you die socially?" It was very funny. Anyway,
I don't remember that bit when I played it.
Yeah,
Yep.
the Tomb of Annihilation. It's
Takes
something.
place right there.
Yeah. The world is cool, but having something based on resurrection magic being screwed up is, I don't know. Anyway, so when they came to this fort and found out this cult, they found out things like, for example, that bonfire that you see on your screen right now, chat. That bonfire does not just have wood in it; it's also got bones in it. And apparently, these people have been interrogating, possibly using enhanced techniques, people to see whether they are cultists, and also been interrogating some people to see whether they can get through a cellar door in this place that leads to something impressive and magical, and possibly something that is corrupting the world around them. Frogor, for example, saw one of the cultists, by which I mean Dragon Knights, saw one of their faces seem to shift or alter, maybe had a vision or something like that. And the reaction the Dragon Knight had was not to go, "You're right," and then attack, but instead to go, "If that's true, then perhaps the corruption is spread," and then look dramatically towards that still mostly blackened off building that you see to the north in the map. And so the crew has got a decision to make, which is, are they going to challenge the Dragon Knights directly? Are they going to go along with this plan and find out more details? Are they going to free someone who apparently has been captured? They don't know who it is yet. Are they going to do something else entirely? Are they going to flee this popsicle stand? Only the party knows. And so as I turn on the music, I'm going to hand things back over to them. Where's my thing? It should be down there. Yes, good.
Very bold of you to assume that the party knows what it's going to do.
Well, we're all going to find out together. That's basically what this is going to be about. And I'm going to hand things back over to the party. The last thing that happened was the Nicodelia. Sorry, I beg your pardon, Isidelia. I was combining names. Isidelia looking up towards that building and saying, "Perhaps the corruption has spread further than I feared." One other note, right inside that building you see to the north, both Chuff and Toriel heard a faint sounding of metal on metal, as if something is being hit or smacked or forged or something inside that building. So now I will hand things back over to the party. Chuff, I will say that you notice Toriel has that 10,000 square stare. Seems to be kind of lost in thought, so
I'm right there with him.
Is anyone, by the way, is someone going to Jaeger Toriel? I didn't ask about this before, but
neither did any of us, I don't think.
Thoughts about that?
Not me, because I already piloted Frogor last time, so somebody else should.
Someone, it's up to you. Like I mean, we may not have to worry about this yet, but if combat does occur at some point, it might be helpful. I don't think it's probably a good idea to have 1/4 of your party sit out. So just letting you know that may be a thing. So keep in the back of your mind if one of you is willing to do that.
I think we can decide by committee vaguely what Toriel would want to do in terms of outside of combat.
Sounds good. Okay, what would the party like to do?
All right. Well, having said that, I think Toriel probably wants to save his fellow elf.
So I missed out like the last hour of the game.
Oh, that's
Right.
right. I'm sorry. Do you want to summarize that? I think it was Chuff that saw it first, or Chuff said that noticed this. I believe the person that might have been caught. Because you looked.
We were up by the well, weren't we?
That was later, but you also looked through the roof.
Right.
Yeah.
The one who was being interrogated.
Yeah.
Yeah. He probably completely forgot about her. Uh, yeah, probably. So I guess we should probably move over by closer to the bonfire and just sort of get either Frogor or Ahate's attention and be like,
Frogor is looking very closely at this woman's face. Does it seem to continue to be shifting or showing a vision of anything, or
It does
has
not
it stabilized?
at the moment. It seems to, at the moment, it seems to have stabilized.
Mistress, I think perhaps we should not have eaten those apples. I'm seeing things. I mean, I'm not seeing anything, and the apple had no effect on me because I am not a demon. Turns around and quickly starts duck marching over here. Why, hello! Nothing strange has happened whatsoever.
I was about to go, shh, and then realizes, no, don't.
And Delia says, you seem somewhat troubled, friend Chuff. Is there a problem, something you need to let us know? If already your honored companion Frogor has noticed something strange about my features, it's quite possible that the corruption here is spreading, and that we must act to control it. Have you seen any other signs of this corruption?
Of your face changing?
Well, that or anything else. Perhaps there are buildings that have changed, or visions. Have you seen anything or smelt anything that feels, she pauses, evil? Lightning in the background.
Yeah. I think she probably looks off in one direction, and Chuff, anticipating that coming up, looks the wrong direction.
Yeah.
It's like, damn it. And he stops, and sort of like Bill Murray in Ghostbusters in the beginning, when Dan Aykroyd's like, listen, you smell something? And you see him, I almost said Chevy Chase. He wasn't in that. You just see him in the background.
Yeah.
Just basically making a show of sniffing. Like, no.
And Isdelia nods slowly, and she says, well, nonetheless, your companion Frogor does seem concerned, and it appears that here your party member Toriel seems, well, to be lost in thought. Toriel says nothing, lost in thought.
He does this sometimes when he gets an idea for a new woodworking project. He just kind of zones out and it's like picturing how the grain needs to be. I don't work with wood. I work with raw wood and make camping. Never mind.
And she just sort of watches, like, is just listening, nodding. And then she says, regardless of that, I know that already Tylos has gone out to patrol the perimeter, and I believe Nikleon has been up on the walls as well. I must go around the castle grounds, but I will return, or the fort grounds, but I will return shortly. In the meantime, please keep an eye out and make sure not to disturb anything that could in some ways summon forth the forces of evil. We must be ready for when that time happens.
Yes, very, very good. Yes, remember to keep hold of your face. Don't let it go anywhere.
She kind of starts raising her hand and then, yes, indeed. I will endeavor to keep my face stable.
In a jar by the door. I've heard of this, yes.
Who is it for? She says as she backs off. And comes here and then nods to you and then strides off.
So as soon as she's... Go ahead, please.
Yes, I was just going to say that I've forgotten the rest of the vision that I had. All I remember is her face morphing. Was there anything else that I saw?
I'm trying to remember the sort of extent of the vision.
But then we're all in the same boat.
Yeah, well, because the main question about it was the fact that something sort of felt to you as if there is a energetic presence, might be the way to describe it, somewhere around here. That doesn't mean it's centered in one person or one thing. It might just be the area. But it is true that the whole place feels vaguely unsettling, Frogor.
I don't like it here. I think we should have just gone right to... Where were we going? Oh, the creepy tree.
Yes.
We should have just gone straight to the creepy tree.
So what
We
was this
return.
about some vision?
I saw her face change, melted, and then I looked again and it was fine. It was normal again.
Did you perhaps happen across a golden box with a bunch of winged little peoples on it and tried to open it, or what happened?
No. If I had
No?
seen a golden box, mistress, you may rest assured that the first thing I would do would tell you about it.
Oh yes, that is true. That is true.
What of you two? What did you
Well, there is people banging away or digging or forging something in this building, and as Toriel was noting, there is an elf in this building here who is being interrogated by that other knight person.
Out of character, did Ahatea also have vision while I was gone?
No, I think this was just Frogor.
Okay, so it's not about the apples.
No, that's a...
Yeah, okay.
Unless it's just Frogor's and apples. Like, anytime Frogor has an apple, it's a vision. No.
Right. Okay.
Could Ahatea tell us about the time she lost her purse while visiting Perth in Australia?
I did not lose my Perth in Australia. Thank you very much. Right.
Mistress, what do you think? Do you believe? I mean, not that there's any reason not to believe our friends, but of course they are not truly servants of Ahatea yet. Should we confirm with our own mallard eyes what they have seen and heard?
Yes, of course. Where is that one elf locked up? She says
He-
quietly.
he points to the building like right next to you guys. She's in there.
Is it this one or is it that one?
I think it's the first one you clicked. I think.
No, not the first one. The first one is
That's
where
what
you
I
found
said.
an open. Not this one, because this one is where you found an open shackle, like an open a chain. But the one where you actually saw, like through a hole in the roof, someone being interrogated was down here. So yeah.
So down there, and she like
Yeah,
walks up
then.
there, and tries to open the door.
Okay. So the door is locked.
She tries to pull it instead of pushing.
Well, I was going to say, so there's two things I want to say. There's a heavy lock that's on it, like sort of an old school, key and lock thing. The door itself is kind of, the shed that this is in is sort of old and leaky. It's got a heavy lock on it. It does look like it's a lock that could theoretically be picked, and it also looks like you could break through the door, but breaking the door is going to make a lot of noise, just so you know. Like, picking it obviously would not do that, but you'd have to
She
pick it
knocks on the door with her staff. Tonk, tonk, tonk.
up. Okay.
Hello? Anybody home?
You do not hear anything.
Hello, how dare you not answer the mistress Ahatea the Terrible?
So there's a pause, and then... Whatever you're trying, this won't work. There's no reason to change voices. The answer's the same.
Change what voices? What is it? What
We are not changing our voices. There are two of us. Ahatea the Terrible and me,
Hello.
Frogor.
There are three of you, and neither one is called Ahatea the terrific and frog guy. None of that is true.
Well,
You're
actually, there are
trying to
4
manipulate
of
me.
us, not 3, but 2 currently in the vicinity of this door.
But there's 6 of us if you count Hogor
Oh,
and
yes,
Chigwell.
sorry, there are 6 of us, including Hogor and Chigor, but still only 3 of us by the door, for I am holding Chigor in my arms. Say hello, Chigor.
And inside there's this long pause, and then there is no reason to think that treating me as if I am insane by saying ridiculous things will break me.
Maybe this person is locked up for their own safety. Have you considered this?
Perhaps they are insane. Excuse me, are you insane?
And because I won't go along with your cultish evil? No.
Well, why are you locked up then?
You know the answer to that. You who imprisoned me.
I imprison no one.
Yet.
Yet?
If Mistress wanted to imprison someone, rest assured she would do it, and she would be terrible. She has simply chosen so far not to do so because there are other more terrible things that we are doing.
Also, I do not know you, and I do not know why you should be locked up. Therefore, I would not lock you up.
And so, again,
In theory.
do you mean you are not with the Dragon Knights?
Well, we are with them insofar as that we are at the same castle currently.
No.
No what?
What do you mean, no?
No, we're not with them in that sense. I mean, we are in the same area. We were brought here by them.
Yes,
We
they
were on our
brought
way
us
to
here to open some door or something. We were going to find a creepy tree.
And there's this pause. You truly are different people, aren't you?
All right. Chump takes a moment and looks around and makes sure that none of the knights who are patrolling are hopefully not within earshot.
Not immediately visible, but you don't know how
Okay.
far sound will travel.
Okay. So he gets right up to the door and is like, listen, I was on the roof a few moments ago when you were talking about, and he lays out everything. I snuck up there and overheard what you two were talking about. We are not with them. We have been brought here by them to try to help them find more cultists, or so they say.
And there's a pause, and then she says, So, I thought I had heard something on the roof, but I thought it was my imagination. Then,
Once again,
then you must, please, you must come inside and free me. There is much to be done before they return. They are playing with forces they don't know the dangers of. Please, can you free me? There are holes in the roof. You could get down there, or perhaps pick the lock, or break through, but it'll be loud, but something. You must hurry. These people are insane.
Can any of us pick locks?
So picking a lock would require a sleight of hand roll. And theoretically, anybody could try that.
I don't think Frogor should try it.
Can I break the lock with fireballs?
That will make a hell of a lot of noise, but yes, you could do that. You think, I mean, like, you also think that you could just force the door, but forcing the door would be, or damaging the door, basically, by hitting it. But it would definitely make a big sound. But yes,
like
Hatea,
casting knock.
Yeah. Knock to everyone else. Knock, knock.
Yeah.
But yes, you think you'd be able to blow the door open, probably.
Well, I guess we should try to pick it first, right?
We can try. But we better do it fast.
Wait, so which sleight of hand was it, right?
Sleight
so
of
maybe
hand.
not me. What about Toriel? He's a handyman.
He's
And he
probably
knows-
also the only one who has any tools that could do that.
He's just staring into the fire thoughtfully.
Hey, Toriel, can I borrow a tool? Very thin, kind of pointy, strong.
Are you literally? Are you borrowing a tool from him?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I imagine he would do that. I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
You could tell me.
Yeah, Chuff is going to try to pick the lock.
Okay. Let's see that sleight of
Frogor
hand.
try and help by listening for clicks and.
Chuff probably has some fish oil on him, and he's probably putting a little bit in the lock.
Does Frogor have any kind of like sort of awareness-oriented skills or abilities or things that you've noted that might make him more able to do it? Because otherwise, I don't know that Frogor's in the safe cracking business. You know,
he is the least aware mallard that exists.
like he picks up his hat to listen to the.
His help would probably give a Bane on the roll.
And I dread to imagine him trying to lift up his hat.
That's true. That's true. There's a lot going on there.
Just rip the whole thing out of his scalp.
That's right.
The worst head hair you would have ever seen.
Exactly. His head is now duck shaped. All right. So yeah, go ahead and make a you're over by the door, Trent.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you could then make a roll for sleight of hand. I'm going to move you. I moved you into the door. Sorry. Didn't need you to do quite that.
Here we go.
Let's see what we got. 14. Yeah, so you're like...
It was almost a 4.
I should point out, by the way, chat, don't forget, inspirations in this do count. They count as boons, rather. I'm not going to ask you to do that now because we've already done the roll, but in future, just keep in mind that you can inspire
I can't
players.
inspire myself anyway.
Yeah, well, because you can't, but other people could in the chat. But regardless, it does feel like, it does feel like it could be done. It doesn't feel like impossible. And at the very least, you know that the lock is not trapped, having fiddled around with it a bunch. But it does not yield to your attempt.
You want to try this?
Frogor will give it a go, and by Frogor I mean Chickgore.
So you hold Chickgore up, like so the Chickgore's wing.
Chickgore's beak in the.
Okay.
Go forth, treasure hunting Chickgore. Find me the inside of this room.
So
Oh God!
So that's a there you go. There's a demon. And so as Chickgore is doing this, Chickgore suddenly is like, and Chickgore's beak seems to be stuck in the lock.
No!
Chickgore, Chickgore has decided that she would like to stay here for the moment. Oh yes, that's the sound she makes when she loves what she's doing.
Hang on, we have a chicken stuck in the lock.
There's dead silence, and then you're sure you're not one of them?
It seemed like a good idea at the time, all right? I think we might need to bust down the door.
Yeah, not while Chico is stuck on it. Thank you very much.
Is there a roll I can do
Wings
to remove
flapping.
Chickgore from the door?
I think you can basically just do a let's see. I would think maybe a straight. Come on, give me the sheet. There we go. I would think that you could probably do a. I think that you could probably do a strength check. Just clicking on strength, and that ought to be enough. Oh no!
Wow. Imagine having 15 strength and still failing.
Like the wings are flapping and fighting you.
and-
You know.
Come on, Chickgore. You're really in there. I'm telling you, we're done with this. You can't open it. We're getting out. I know you like it in there.
Flapping in the lock? Someone says from inside.
Tia reaches into one of her pockets and pulls out some trail mix and picks out some of the nuts from there.
Okay.
And it's like, here, Chickgore. Good chicken.
So now Chikgor is very motivated to get the beak out of the lock. I don't know if it was clear before. Chikgor was always motivated to remove the beak from the lock. The spirit is willing. I don't know if the flesh is weak.
What I picture is like with a lot of birds, how they have the ability to lock their head in place, and like you can move their body around, and like their head just stays locked on target.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine. It's like Frogor keeps turning Chikgor's body, but not the head doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah. It's like a ratchet chicken.
Exactly.
Okay, go ahead and make another strength check since you've added in the trail mix.
Can we add some more fish oil to the process?
Yes, and I would actually, if you're going to do that, I would give, although as it drips down, you go like it's not. But I would say
not going into her nostrils.
You can get a boon, I would say, to this since you're using the fish oil. So who wants to do the strength? Oh, is that Frogor again?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Go ahead and make the second roll just in case.
That was with the boon.
Oh, that's with the boon. Okay. So yes, so Frogor, you pull mightily and then and springs free. You go flying back, I would say about 2 squares or so to maybe about here, Frogor. And then Chikgor like balking fills the air.
Well, here you go, Chikgor, and she tosses some of the nuts on the floor for Chikgor to eat.
Frogor releases Chikgor to eat the nuts.
Okay, as you do this, you hear, what exactly is going on down there? And you look up to see that Nikleon has returned and is standing over, up on the parapet, sort of looking down sternly. And what on earth is happening? Why was that chicken squawking?
She wanted some nuts.
Does she always go loud enough in bird calls to wake the dead because she wants nuts?
She wakes the dead, and she like reaches into her bag and pulls out the skull again.
Nikleon
Frogor
folds his
takes
arms.
his jar of human teeth.
Meanwhile, Chubb is pointing between Frogor and Chikgor, but he points mainly at Frogor. Like, have you heard his volume level? Do you think there's any reason why the chicken would be any different?
So
you know how pets mimic their masters.
What do you mean? I've been whispering this whole time.
Case in point.
One thing, Nikleon says, you must consider well, Sir Knight, is that control of one's voice is a critical thing when persuading others. It is one of the ways that we determine who is good and who, looks over dramatically, is evil. Lightning shines off his armor, glints down, looks super dramatic.
Are you saying that only good-hearted people can keep their voice down? That would be very odd.
Evil speaks with the loudest of voices, although it is true that sometimes there are whispers in the shadows. Yet whenever I hear whispers, I know that evil is upon us. And he shakes his head and says, it is a dark night. Make sure that you stay vigilant. And he nods to all of you, dramatically walks away. You hear the Batman theme. Da, 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 da.
Ahatea leans over to Chuff and whispers at him. He does not have all of his cups on the shelf, does he?
No.
Okay, so Chikgor is freed from the lock. However, the door is still closed.
Yeah.
Well, I'm all out of ideas.
Right.
Ahatea would like to look for some, weak points in the door.
The door is a lot of weak points. You're very confident you'll be able to open it the way that you intended.
Well, but I'm more like thinking, in Pirates of the Caribbean, when they open up the dungeon cell doors by lifting them out of their what's that called?
Out of their hinges.
Yeah, out of the hinges, right?
Shit like that.
Yeah. You think
Yes.
that the door itself, although it is not in great shape, and you can see even a little bit of light flickering from inside the shack, but even though the door is not in great shape, it still is, together more or less and holding together, and the lock looks recent. This must have been one, presumably, that the knights themselves put on the door, because the door itself is in bad shape. You think, probably take like little bits out of the door, but it would take you hours and hours to do it.
Not with Toriel's woodworking equipment.
It's true, but it make noise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the
that
whole
point,
place
if
is
we're-
like very ruined, right? What about loose rocks on the wall?
You don't notice that. You do see, however, there are holes in the roof through which Chuff originally saw. So the roof itself definitely got openings. You don't know how large, but they are there. The stones around the walls look secure enough, though.
Holger,
Yes, mistress.
I have a nightly errand for you.
Yes, mistress, of course. Anything.
Oh no.
Please go to that knight guy up on the wall and get him acquainted with Chikor.
Where is he on the wall?
He has
Like,
now
there he
gone
is.
up to the north, yeah, so you don't know how
Okay.
far up, but...
Frogor would like to use his leaping skill, despite the presence of stairs, to jump up onto the wall so he can go and distract
Okay.
our friend with
He lands like very dramatically. I like to think that he lands dramatically, literally right behind Nick Leon, and goes, oh, like sort of turns around.
As a lightning, flash occurs back in the back. It's like, so that's how it's done. Okay.
Hello, good sir. You were quite curious about Chikagor, and so I have come to educate you on every matter there is to do with Chikagor.
I don't know that I was
First of all, she is a chicken, but she is not just any chicken. She is a treasure-seeking chicken. I released her once into a tomb, and she dug around, and she found this. And Frogor pulls out the curved, smelly dagger, is what I wrote it down as, that we found in the ground
I see.
at the
And
last place.
Nick Leon sort of like perks up, doesn't seem very interested in Chikor, but is very interested in the dagger. And you say you found this in a tomb. Was it held by a skeletal hand, perhaps a skeletal hand of evil, perhaps?
No, it was in the ground, but there was a skeletal hand of evil. Actually, there were quite a few. 2 hands on a evil knight. You would have loved this. I mean,
There was
hated
an
him.
evil knight.
Yes, we destroyed him. Don't worry about it.
Oh, well, you
And
must
he
tell me
had
more. Come this way. Let us walk and talk. I must know more about this. And he begins to like stride along, but he's like almost doing the tour guide. We're walking, as they're like walking backwards.
Yeah.
And listening to you, Frogor. It seems everything that you tell him that has anything to do with evil like stuff or evil knights or evil skeletons, he's all about it. Like,
Cool.
yeah.
Frogor's going to tell him not about the special kit that we got off. Like he's not going to say about the special hammer of good light and justice, or about I think it was chainmail or something, special armor that Frogor picked up, but is going to talk at length about like everything else, about the curse, about the teeth and the tombs, and find the mystery of being like, what of all these insects, and there were insects everywhere, and of course Chikor helped greatly with that, and blah 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 blah.
Insects are often signs of
marks.
evil, and so you have a very good old chat with him. He seems absolutely fascinated with all of this, and is chatting with you about the finer parts of discovering evil. As you sort of make your way around the parapet, at one point he tells you the time that he saw a young puppy that was extremely cute, but that he knew must be a scion of evil. And it took him a long time to try to figure out, how exactly to determine it. And then he realized that, this puppy would come up and spend time with only him. And that's how he knew that the puppy wanted to be freed from its evil. And so he petted the puppy a lot. And so he tells you this whole story about how great it was that he met this puppy and he was able to make the puppy good and, all this stuff.
Where is this puppy now?
Oh, he's at home. We of course adopted him once it was clear he was a good boy. He is a good boy. Yeah,
I love this guy. These people are not evil. I've changed my mind.
If he had stayed evil, of course, he would have had to have been destroyed. But fortunately, that didn't happen. And so he goes on. And as this is happening, Ahatea, although you seem to have leaped onto the parapet, are you going up and over? Is that your plan?
No. She snuck up the stairs. Basically.
Okay. Yeah. So you can see now that there are indeed holes in the roof, and the roof looks very much not super stable. You can tell that there are a lot of sort of missing roof tiles and so on. If you want to try to sneak in that way, it will take an acrobatics roll.
Fortunately, she is as light as a duck because she is evil. Terrible. Excuse me.
True. Her moral weight is light, right?
No, because she is a foul, she doesn't get fall damage.
Oh yeah.
Who did she run afoul of?
She takes foul damage, but not fall damage. And also, I think she's found out it's it's a fair cop. It's the Monty Python and whatchamacallit, the Belvedere. Anyway.
I was first thinking, hey, if there's so many tiles missing, can't we just reach down and pull the prisoner out?
Well, she's about probably 10 feet down, though. Pulling her out and through would require you pulling a lot of the other roof tiles. There are a lot of missing ones, not enough to pull her out. Also, you don't know until you get over to the hole what it looks like. She might be, tied up or shackled or something like that.
Okay. No, in that case, she would try to climb down. Let me see if I have anything helpful for that. Probably not.
She has her handy-dandy roof infiltration kit she hasn't used since she was little.
No, and I don't have any spells for that either. I don't. No. I could set the whole place on fire, but
that would definitely do it.
That's always an option.
No. Yeah, she would try to carefully climb down there with acrobatics. You said.
All right, let's see it.
I'm not great at. Catch me!
So okay. So the good news is that you do manage to get through the roof. The bad news is the whole carefully climb down. That doesn't quite happen. Let me just double check something about falling. I'm just going to look in F.
But I am a cartoon duck. I don't take any permanent damage ever.
Really? I thought you were going to say something that's light as a feather, as we discussed before.
No.
Okay, let's see.
I can be shot in the face, point blank, with a gun.
A number of
and all
D6
that will happen is that my beak will spin around in a comical
That's true.
fashion.
That's very true.
All right,
I saw this in a documentary once.
I know that it's true. A number of D6 of bludgeoning damage equal to half of the height of the fall in meters. Well, it's a 4-meter fall, so that means that we're looking at 2. So let's see. We're looking at. All right, so you are going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, which is rounded down. So, oh no, that's right. I take that back. So 7 points, which means armor does not protect, it says, against falling damage. I'm sorry to say, Atea.
I don't have armor either.
Oh, that's true. It wouldn't matter. So you hit the ground with a thud. Chuff, you just hear outside a, and then I don't know. Does Ahatea let out a quack or what exactly?
A hellish curse.
A hellish
and the thunder goes off again in the distance.
Yeah, dramatically. Do you actually wait for that? You just hold on a second and then you're like,
no,
okay, now.
it just happens to happen at the same moment.
Would have been really funny if it was just okay, and now. Okay, let me
Oh,
find...
that's the presence we've been feeling here in this place. It's whatever is making the thunder go off in dramatic moments.
Every time. Maybe it's the thunder itself is the true enemy. Okay. So
She swears in many Grolixes.
you
There's
find
like an
yourself...
X sign and a skull and several exclamation marks and a squiggle and you know how it is.
So you find yourself... Yeah, exactly. You find yourself face down, Hatea, or, bill down, I suppose. And above you, you hear, "That seemed like quite a fall. Are you all right?" And this time the sound of muffled is because you yourself are sort of crushed into the ground.
I think I broke something, and she reaches into her pocket and pulls out a carrot that has broken in half.
And she says, and she looks down, and this voice says, "Apparently so. Who are you?" And you still have not. You're still face down, so you haven't looked up at this person yet.
And she, with that question, she immediately jumps off, straightens out her rope, and stands there all proud and terribly. Goes, I am Ahatea the Terrible. At your service.
And as you look, you can see this proud and imposing elven woman. She is sitting on a wooden chair, and she has blonde hair that's that still looks very refined and not dirty, despite whatever this person has obviously been through. And as you look up at her, she rises to her feet. She's quite tall, and you notice that her ankles are shackled and her hands are tied behind her back. And she says, "My name is Iliel, and I will tell you anything you need to know if you can free me from this terrible place." You can see that her face and her arms look somewhat bruised. You get the impression that the knights did not treat her particularly gently. Not that they didn't work her over. You don't get the impression that she's been tortured, but there's definitely was some disagreement somehow that's been worked out on, you think, her face and or arms. Hard to say who or what, and it wasn't a lot of it, but something happened to her.
I see. One moment, and Hadia waddles to the door, which I assume has a gap underneath or something. Right?
There is, yeah, the whole thing is pretty, off center. So yes.
Hey, can you pass me the tool?
And Chuck looks at the tool and then over at Tori's like, "You don't mind if I hand this over to her?"
And he's sort of thoughtfully in the distance.
Right, that's what I thought. And so he slides the tool under the door. It's like, I don't know how that's going to help you.
Thank you. And she takes the tool and tries to pick the locks on the shackles.
Oh, okay.
I see. Okay.
It's like the lock's on this side. Okay, of the door. Yes. All right.
give me a sleight of hand roll, but you can do this at a boon.
Yay! Boon. Put that there. Now, if I click on it, it automatically should ask me if I want to use a boon, right?
It should, I believe.
It did.
It didn't?
It automatically used it. So.
Okay. So even
And
with
was
the
not
boon,
enough.
yeah, unfortunately not. These.
But the other one would have been a demon, so.
Yeah. Well, these shackles are definitely, were done by the knights. Clearly, this is not sort of broken down material. And she says, "I believe Isadelia has the key, but I imagine that with enough work, these can be removed. I would have done it myself, but unfortunately, I have been too
You're
weak.
in them.
I'm sorry to say."
So, Isadelia has the key. Right. Well, let me give this thing here back real quickly, and she shoves the tool back under the door.
Jeff picks it up and hands it back to
this thing is
Toriel.
broken.
He probably takes his tool back and looks at it like, "What'd you do to my tool?"
Because it's all scraped and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I could just break these with my magic, but that would be A, very loud, and B, probably very hurtful for you. So.
And she nods. She says, "Well, at least you could perhaps at least untie the arms behind my back."
Oh, are these not shackled?
Those are, so she is shackled on her ankles, but she is just tied with a rope
I
behind her
did
back.
not realize. Yeah.
Yeah.
I carefully untie her.
Yep.
And do not cut the rope, because that's my most hated trope in anything ever, where they cut the ropes in a time before industrialization, where ropes were incredibly valuable.
That's right.
So yeah, no, she carefully unties her and pockets the rope. And how long is this rope?
She does so. Not super long. You would guess maybe about 10 feet. It's not a typical 50-foot coil.
Okay.
Chuff has one of those, but you know.
Say again.
Chuff has a rope. But,
has a rope. That's right. And so she, so
what was it? 10 foot, right?
10 foot. And Iliel sort of, rubs her hands and her wrists, and thank you, she says. Those have been quite painful, and I'm not able to walk very fast with these on, but at the very least, I can now do something besides just sit in place and listen to these people yammer at me. Thank you. You said your name was Ahatea the Terrible, but why are you here, and who are the strange voices that I hear outside the door?
Oh, that's my minions. Don't worry about it. Hey, are you any good with picking locks then, or?
I might be able to, and she says if you wish, I will give it a try.
Ah, yes, of course. And she walks back to the door and wiggles her little feathery fingers under the door. Chuff, give the thing back.
I don't have it.
Well, go fetch it.
Doriel. Give me
Staring
a
off.
tool back. he takes it inside.
It's in the same part of his hand that it was before when you put it in. Okay. You take it back.
Yeah, and he passes it back and he's still watching to see if any of the knights are coming this way.
Okay. All right. So she takes the tool.
And he can probably hear Progor talking at the other end of the complex.
And there were these scratch marks along the ground. You could see, and two of the bodies outside of the sarcophagus.
Outside, you say?
Arrived.
Extraordinary. He is very much into all of this. And actually, I'm going to come back to this in a minute, but remind me in a minute, Frogor, to talk about what you see over in this area off here to the north. I'll let chat see that. This area off here to the north, because there's something strange that you note, but I will come back to that in a minute. So yes, Frogor's voice echoes pleasingly across, for the first time pleasingly, across Fort Malice and so forth. And she takes the tool and begins to work, and is quite dexterous, actually, from what you can tell. Let's see what her role is going to be.
Hell, is right.
All right, and then this is so yes, and she is able to. Oh, actually, now that I think of it, wait a minute. This is not going to work because you were doing this on her shackles. Were you doing this on her shackles or on the door?
On the shackles.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, good.
She
That's
can't
fine.
do it on the door.
I know. I literally was like, wait a minute.
It's on the other side of
Yeah,
the
no, I
door.
know. I was like, wait, what are we doing? Yes, on the shackles. So she is able to do that, actually, and gets her legs and feet free, and she rubs her ankles. Finally, thank you again. And she hands back the tool, which is now super scratched up and even more messy than before.
Yeah.
And she says, that puts us in a much better position, but there is still this closed door to worry about.
Well, you're pretty tall. Can't you just climb out of the roof?
And she looks up and she says, well, if I stand on the chair, I might be able to get up to the roof tiles, but I don't think they would hold me. You would need someone up there to reach down to me, perhaps.
I see.
On the other side of the door. Or you could use a rope.
And she nods
Yeah.
and then looks at you.
I'm assuming the 10-foot. Is that enough? The 10-foot rope? I don't
No.
know. I can't tell.
No.
That's not okay.
It's
But
not...
Chuff has a 50-foot rope.
Yeah, then go have at it, please now.
And he looks genuinely shocked that she said please. And so because she did, he immediately heads up to the roof and is finding the most secure places to stand while dropping a rope down into the hole.
Okay. So you're able to do that. She's able to take hold of it. I will need to have you make an acrobatic. No, I think, well, yes, acrobatics, because what you're going to be trying to do is basically keep from slipping down yourself into one of these holes. Because you're trying to kind of brace yourself, I assume, Chuff, over on
Which is why I said I was looking for the strongest place to stand while doing it.
Yeah. No, I know. But the roof itself there's not a lot of options, honestly. Your safest bet is probably doing it on the stone parapet, but that's giving you very little purchase. Although, I guess you have the full-size rope, though, right? You said, so you do have not the 10-foot. Yeah, so you probably can do that. So if you're on the parapet, that's probably safer. So then I would say just a strength check then to pull up rather than acrobatics.
Okay.
So is what I would say. And this is something, if anyone helps you, probably does not matter, it looks like.
7 over 14.
Yeah. So you're able to pull Iliel up, and when she emerges, she sort of comes out and looks around somewhat fearfully and says, are you sure that Nikleon might come back at any moment? Where is he? And then Frogor, you hear off in the distance, like going off about, and
you
then
hear
the
that?
next thing.
That's him.
Yes.
It's the other two I'm worried about.
And you see, he kept saying curse, and the way his voice echoed, it did really make it seem like there could be a curse. And that is where these teeth come in.
Teeth, they look like evil teeth. And you see their voices sort of die down again. Again, I'll come back to that thing that you noted in just a minute, Frogor. So Iliel says, it is true. Isidelia is probably the greater threat. She's the one who's been trying to convince me to help them. And, well, I don't know, but if Isidelia catches wind that something is up, she will not hesitate to pursue us.
Then let's stop yapping and get Ahatea out of there.
Oh, very well. And she reaches down. Now, do you want to do this any differently? Are both of you just going to lower the rope and you're both...
Yeah, we'll
Kinda
just
pulling
slip a
up on
noose around her and I can pull her up.
Okay, great. That'll be great.
But yeah.
Yes, put her out of her misery. Let's go.
Okay. So again, you would make a strength check here, Chuff. This is at a boon because you have Iliel helping you.
Okay.
And she has hollow bones. She's very light.
That's true. Where
True.
do I mark the boons?
For a strength check.
Up where it says boon, probably.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, so I'll put a 1 there. I really need my number lock key on to do that. There we go. Yeah, okay, sure, we'll go with that. Strength check. 12 over 14.
Yep. So that's fine. You're able to a little bit of difficulty. You notice that Ahatea swings back and forth somewhat wildly while coming up, but you do manage to pull her through, and so you're now all standing on top of the parapet. And you can hear now Frogor's voice coming from the far eastern side. You do not, however, catch sight yet of Isidelia. So
I can't get out. I'm stuck.
You have to go
I
out
shall free you.
through the wall.
there we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go. Okay. So where do you all want to be? Position
And
yourself?
he points at Ahate. He's like, you and I need to get back down there. You get off the roof. Hide somewhere.
Yes, what he said.
Okay, and Iliel says, very well. Where will you find me? Chuff runs away.
I just met you. I have no idea.
And she says, I must give you some information. Please come find me as soon as you can. I'll be down here. And she points vaguely towards this direction. Like there,
Okay.
sort of the open shed that's down there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And vanishes in that direction. Okay. Now, Frogor, I promised I would give you a little bit of a note. When you are walking right about, let's see, here. Sorry, chat. That would be right here. There we go. You are speaking to Nikleon, who is just fascinated by your description of evil teeth and all that stuff. And you feel this strange kind of, I guess a better way to describe it would be this presence again, and you feel it coming from somewhere around here. It's not directly below you, but it's as close as you've been to whatever this dynamic presence is. And it is, again, unsettling, Frogor. You don't have any more visions at the moment, but you definitely have that vaguely nauseated sense that something else is around or nearby.
Can you feel that?
Feel what?
Oh, there's just something. Oh, it's affecting my teeth, you know. Can't you hear the difference in the rattle when I hold them over here? I think they're detecting some sort of evil force. And Frogor walks back that way and rattles the teeth a little bit. Can you hear it? Can you hear the difference here when I hold it?
I should point out that every time you get to this spot, of course, in the map, Frogor has to jump over. Like, Nikleon has to do a fairly significant leap, but Frogor's like, do you hear? Bow, and then just goes on talking, over here.
Very mallardly leap.
Yeah, no, exactly. As only the duck agility of jumping can provide. Nikleon on a leap. Nikleon jumps over with somewhat more difficulty, but no. But there's, of course, corruption all through this place. That's why we must get the portal open so we can walk through it and defeat the evil. But I don't know anything specific, no. But yes, Frogor, the closer you get to here, the more sort of vaguely, like I said, nauseated and settled you are. It doesn't get any worse. In fact, probably around here it would start to get better. And it's not intense as if you're right next to it, but it's definitely in the somewhat not too distant vicinity.
Oh, I feel it towards it in that direction. Oh, it seems to be pulling me. What is that way in these buildings and rooms here?
And Nikleon says, well, that building here, and points to this one, basically. That building there is the entrance to the cellar. It's that we're hoping your elvish friend will help us translate. Once we are able to open that door, it will allow us access to this evil. Then we can purge the corruption, and then there will be no more discomfort. Simply an understanding and the satisfaction of a job well done.
And that's how we know that the guys are full of shit.
I don't know. He adopted a puppy, so he's not that bad. He is a knight.
Yeah, his name, by the way, he tells you that the dog's name is White Knight. So.
Let me write that down in my notes. And it now lives back home. Its name is White Knight.
From my
So
notes from last time, I have written down, do demons have fleas? ? So that is how you can tell if they're evil. The dog didn't have any fleas because he was well taken care of. That's how that works.
Interesting.
Oh.
Anyway, but yeah, that's what he points to is somewhere this second building some distance away.
I don't suppose you could show me what all the fuss is about. The teeth are really very insistent.
Oh, well, indeed. As soon as Tylos has returned, then Isidelia, Tylos, and I will bring all of you down to that cellar door. Assuming that your good friend Toriel is able to translate what's on there, we'll be able to end this madness and make sure we eliminate the source of evil. That is, of course, our plan.
Oh, the teeth, they're pulling me.
And
Oh, goodness me, they're pulling me closer to the door. They're telling me that I must see it and see this evil with my own eyes, because these evil recognizes evil, and
he says, well, I appreciate your passion, my friend. Indeed, a knight must be curious about the whereabouts of evil. However, even the presence of your evil-sensing teeth are not enough to allow us to have just one individual go in on their own. Isolated, knights can fall. Grouped together, working as a team, we can accomplish great wonders. Lightning.
So wonders are
Has
now evil?
Isadelia ever been on her own in the room?
Certainly, Isadelia has. I have been alone, not downstairs. We haven't been able to get through the door, but in the building, of course, supervising the digging, for instance. And now that you're on top of it, Frogora right next to it, you can hear the...
Right, so I can't go in on my own, but you can go in on your own as knights. I'm just wondering because I did see some corruption in Isadelia's face earlier. It went...
And he says, "Oh, yes, I have heard terrible rumors of things that can happen to people. It is indeed a dangerous endeavor that we engage in. We must make sure the corruption is defeated. Well, if you'll come with me quickly to find your friends, I will see if we can seek out Tylos and enter the building right now. I'm sure that your friends will be..." And he wanders off this way. They should be down here, and we
Wait
can...
a moment, crap.
What? There's crap? Where?
The chicken! Oh, Chico, you've made a mess!
The chicken.
Will you just look at this with your eyeballs?
And he turns around.
All the fish oil kind of sped things through.
Yeah.
Kevin, I thought the chicken would be house trained. Isn't that how this works?
Well, I think because there's no roof over us, she doesn't really recognize that we're in an indoor space. She sees the sky, she poops. That's just how it works.
And there's a big sigh. Now, all of you have heard Frogor saying, like, basically, Chickgore has done the thing, like, echoing across the courtyard. So you at least know that they're a little closer, although their voices do not get any closer once you notice it. So they seem to be stopped and talking about Chickgore's bowel movements.
And
what about the three of you? Or the two of you?
I was going to say that Chuff would look at this door that's just to the north of us is the one they want him to translate, right?
No, the door that's inside this building.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because I was like, it just suddenly occurred to me, why the hell wouldn't we be doing this while they were gone to try to get a leg up on them?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's not.
But no, it's through. It's a cellar door, so it's through this building, and then you don't know what it looks like inside there. Of course, like most of the room.
I know what it smells like, though. But,
yes.
Right. Is this door locked?
This outer door here.
I will even move up to it and check.
It does seem to be not just locked. You don't see anything visible on the inside. Best guess, Chuff, it's barred. Maybe from the inside.
From the inside.
Yep.
Arborist.
Oh, and I should have noticed also, Frogor, I mentioned this already to Toriel and to Chuff, but this door back here, Frogor, does not close all the way. Like, you're pretty confident you could open this easily. You don't even think it's locked. But it probably would make a pretty loud noise when it did. Just noting it. Okay, so back to these three.
I mean, we used the distraction for what we meant to, so I wouldn't know what else we could use it for.
Right, and I'd forgotten about that door up there, but it doesn't matter because it would be. I remember now that it would be very loud. So, knowing that they are on their way back, Chuff kind of moves over by the fire and is kind of trying to stoke it a little bit.
Okay.
Just so that it brightens up a little bit. And he's just like talking to Ahatea about the benefits of roasting the seeds and nuts in the trail mix to add to their flavor while you're making the trail mix.
Ahatea is listening attentively.
And Frogor, I assume that's as you're, like, eventually he does become disinterested in, like, Chickgore's finer toiletry habits.
Chickgore has amazing super chicken hearing when it comes to trail mix and leaps out of Frogor's hands, and we have to chase Chickgore along only to find Chickgore waiting for more trail mix.
So you see, like, Chikor comes, flying into the around the corner, pursued by Frogor and a slightly out of breath Nikleon. And Nikleon sort of, well, this Chikor is certainly a handful. And then sees the others of you. Ah, yes. Well, I'm glad that you've made your way back to a place of comparative safety. Now that you're all here, well...
Compared to what?
And he says, compared to the evil that consumes all the hearts of mortal kind, my friend.
Where would that be located?
He nods meaningfully. Inside. And he points to...
So, inside you.
And all of us, not just me. Evil is always lurking.
No, take back these.
He says, so, Frogor has explained to me your desire to help and perhaps see and then defeat the evil in front of you. That is indeed our question as well. I probably should wait for Tylos and Isidelia to return, and then we can bring you in and have your friend Toriel here translate. Once we know how to get through... He says, what?
Why would you wait?
Well, the Dragon Knights should do this together. I'm not truly authorized to do it on my own. It's supposed to be all three of us.
I see.
We are more than 3 right now, so...
But 3 Dragon Knights. You, although I'm sure you're worthy, are not Dragon Knights.
So it would be in evil's best interest to keep you all separated so you can't do anything on your own.
When it comes to evil, we must have every advantage. As
Then
you may know,
why are you waiting if it's right there?
Because it is only myself and you, and if something were to go wrong, or you were to be harmed, or even worse, corrupted, I don't know how I'd forgive myself.
So we go back to my original point. When do they get back?
They should be here, well, I would imagine fairly soon. Tylos should have finished his perimeter check by now, and Isidelia must be here fairly shortly. And that's good, because it'll be time for her to speak to, an individual, let us say. We must have a chance for her to speak to her before we make this effort.
Her?
Yes. There's someone that we have here who we have tried to ask politely to assist us in translating the words upon this door, and yet she has refused to do so. So, since the refusal of such a thing is obviously indication of potential evil, we have, for her safety and, of course, for ours, kept her captive. Isidelia is the one who deals with her. In fact, well, if you were to come this way, and he starts heading towards the door.
Wait, so you locked her up because she refused to read some words for you?
It's more the way in which she refused. She was, frankly, contemptuous of our request, and actually claimed that we ourselves were, as, if you can believe this, as close to the cultists as those we followed. If it were not so potentially evil, it would be clearly hilarious. However, we cannot allow someone to accuse the Knights of evil. And he shakes his head and says, it is unfortunate. All she needed to do was what we requested. But not having been willing to do it, the presumption of evil must fall upon her. But we have not condemned her. We cannot do so until the trials begin, and that will not happen until after we have removed the corruption here. She has been well-fed, well-hydrated, given regular exercise breaks. He nods.
And so Chuff starts walking along with who would you, whatever their name is.
Nikleon, you mean?
Yeah, okay, sure, yeah. And just sort of casually twirling a finger around the hilt of his knife as though it's a nervous habit that he has, which he doesn't. So, but
I see.
Got his hands near his weapon just in case.
Okay.
And Frogor has no idea that the woman is no longer there and
Right!
is confidently striding over. I have been so curious what is in all of these rooms. I can't wait to see. Please
So
ignore any oil that you may see on this lock.
he says, oil?
Chico she is such a fiend for a lock, but don't worry, I got her out before she could do any damage. You know what it's like with these evil-seeking tools. They really go out of their way. They're so passionate about seeking evil.
A bit of an iron deficiency with some chickens as well.
Yes. So, Chuff, you're right up next to them.
Pretty much, yeah.
Ahatea, are you staying near Toriel? Where are you going? Uh-oh.
She done froze.
Yep. Oh, there we go. She's back.
Now she back.
Yeah. There was a minute where she was just like, I was like, this is quite a set, like, expression. So, yes, while they're walking down, what are you doing, Ahatea?
I am gonna try and get into focus, I think.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Aha, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah, she also just plays along.
Okay, so she's going to walk along
She
with
puts
them.
on
Okay.
her poker face, which is just her regular face, because she always has a constant frown going on. So
My mallard face. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is Toriel going along with you allegedly? Like,
Yeah.
okay, just like calmly.
No,
Okay.
nobody knows. He's just
All right.
so mysterious.
Nikleon comes up to the door, and then says, calls in, I have brought some more who understand the risk of evil more than you do. Perhaps you would like to meet them? And there's dead silence from within the building, and, silence and defiance will not help you. And then
So
still more
rude.
silence. And he shakes his head. He says, sadly, the first sign of evil is a loss of civility. And he shakes his head.
Do you think there are so many more people now who don't listen to knights than there used to be when we were younger?
It is true. It appears as if knights' opinions are not considered the valuable things that they actually are.
Oh, I understand completely.
And he says, the loss of etiquette, never mind table manners, that's another thing about evil. Table manners, well, if I tell you, and he starts talking about, like, the dangers
Yeah.
of
All of Frogor's many years of practice of sucking up.
are coming
know.
into play. And as he's trying to fiddle with this, he's like, yes, well, Isidelia must have this key, I suspect. And then he's sort of looking around. I wonder if, and then he looks over behind him and sees, Isidelia, he calls across the courtyard. And Isidelia is just making her way visible now. And she kind of heads over in his direction. And she says, yes. And he says, do you have the key? I want to introduce our captive, our prisoner, to those who understand the risk more than she does. And Isidelia says, Tylos made it very clear we were not to be communicating about or with the prisoner without him present. And he says, yes, but evil is here. Whenever there is evil, there's no time for delay. There's no inefficiency with evil.
Unless you're all not together.
And he
It
looks,
seems to be a huge handicap for you.
he says, that is true that Tylos being split from us is at least a temporary problem. But at least Isidelia being here means we should be able to open this door. Isidelia says, I really don't know that this is the best thing to do. I mean, we don't have any clearance from Tylos to do it. He is technically our superior. And Nikleon says, I know, but look at them. They have clearly the desire to fight evil. Frogor here has told me the most extraordinary stories about teeth and about curses and skeletal hands and things that demonstrate.
Undead knight who turned against his own pact of light.
And he nods and he says, yes, what a terrible thing. You see what I mean, Isidelia? And Isidelia gives you the one eyebrow raised skeptical Alice skeptical look and says,
Frogor does not at all notice.
perhaps. And she says, well, I suppose there's not any harm in just opening it. And
but what if there's a trap?
it's a trap. She opens the door and says, all right, now if...
No, she says that in character, by the way.
Oh, what if it's a trap?
What if there's a trap?
And she says...
You see, we have a locked door here, and clearly always, every locked door is also trapped.
And she says, no, we have had to enter and leave this thing too much to make sure that it was trapped, but never fear. Even if the door itself were wide open, she could do little about it. Our prisoner, you see, is shackled hand and foot. I made sure to tie the knots and establish the shackles myself. There's no way that... And then she enters the room, and there's a pause. And I would say that from where you're all standing, you can't quite see her go into the room, but then you hear a... by the Emperor! Alarm! 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 And she shouts out, and Nick Leon says, What's going on? And Nick Leon marches over and she says, the prisoner's gone, that's what's going on. And Nick Leon says, What? Alarm? Tylos!
That's exactly what Chuff does. He's like, what? And he moves into the room.
Yeah.
We're all shocked Pikachu face.
Yeah.
Both Dragon Knights kind of, sort of stagger back. And it looks as if... And Dragon Knight Isidelia comes out. Nick Leon goes in. He looks at the chair and then looks up and he says, I didn't see all the holes in that roof before. Someone, he comes out, has been attempting to break through. And he looks at Frogor. Do you know who that would be, Sir Knight?
Let me think. I must think very hard. Well, it can't have been me, because I was with you, and these were all with each other, so they will have been watching each other. You three, was there any time in which one of you noticed that any single one of you had snuck away from the group?
No, we were always on the fire the entire time, roasting nuts.
All right, so they had sight of each other the whole time. You had sight of me. We were watching Chitgor. Was anyone watching Hogor?
I think Hogor is with the other horses. Is he not?
And so Nick Leon says, the other horses? Well, then that suggests that perhaps, well, I don't know how trustworthy your own horse is, but... And he begins to walk this way. If we can get to the stables...
Wait, where are the stables? Aren't they outside of the gate?
And he says, yes, but we keep several horses inside here. It'll just be a moment. And he's heading right towards the section that you already told Ilya to go towards. He stops. What? Yes?
Come back here.
Why?
And he points at Isidelia. He's like, you said that this...
Oh, Isidelia is not there. She is rushing off to find Tylos.
Okay, well...
Yeah, so she's running away.
Fine, it's the collective, but she's not going towards the...
No, she's going to the outside of the place, which is where Tylos had gone.
So,
supposedly.
you said, your compatriot there told us very specifically that your prisoner was chained up, shackled, and tied in this room. Did she not?
Yes, of course.
She said that she personally secured that prisoner.
Yes, so?
Have you ever known her to secure someone so poorly?
No, of course not.
Then why is the prisoner suddenly gone?
There must be
You
magic.
say that evil spread, that its corruption spreads. I put forth to you that now she is corrupt.
Isidelia ridiculous.
No, a moment. Remember, I told you already. I saw something in her face, a morphing in the light of the fire. I sensed this great evil. I didn't want to think that it could possibly be true, but what if one of your own order, if I was evil, that was what I would do, is try to corrupt one of the knights of great light and dragonness.
What of your dentures of demonic detection? What do they say, Frogor?
Well, she's not here, so I don't know.
Okay. And there goes... there goes Terry. Got a racing sound. Oh my god.
No, I need to write this down. Dentures of
demonic detection. Yep.
Magical items.
So he says,
Allegedly.
well, this is a deeply corrupt place, but Isidelia's purity is beyond question.
That's why she's the perfect choice to corrupt, because you would never choose to believe it.
And he sort of half nods, half shakes his head. Okay, I'm going to need a bluffing check from one of you. Now, the question is, which one? Chuff did a lot of this work, but Frogor obviously has spent the last 15 minutes chatting this guy up. So, I guess the question is actually not see persuasion, but no. First is about. Okay, these are the options that I'll allow you to pitch me. Okay, I'll accept bluffing for this if you can tell me a specific way that you're trying to bluff. That's probably the most obvious based on the dialogue we just heard. You can try performance if you want to suggest that you're basically doing an acting job, and then you need to explain to me how you're doing that. Or the last one would be persuasion. If you're like trying to be as close to the truth as possible. And sort of be like, listen, you fight evil, we fight evil, something like that. You could emphasize that too. But persuasion might be the hardest to sell because you're very, clearly this is not something that Nikleon is generally inclined to believe about one of his fellow Dragon Knights. So I'll take a pitch from any of you about which one you want to try. And I'll take a pitch from which of you, because one of the two of you is going to have to be the one who actually makes this check. So
How charismatic is Chuff?
I mean,
It's very good, Papa.
it's Chuffisma.
I'm happy to do a bluffing.
So do we get
Unless someone
minus
else wants
50
to.
on that roll, or what's happening?
It's a good question. I think, no, I think the question is, so before you do it, Frogor, what's your plan about how you're going to try to bluff? I understand what you've already said. I'm taking that into account. How are you going to try to bluff? And then can either of the other two of you think of a way to assist in doing this, whatever it is that Frogor decides?
I think Frogor wants to try it, feed in from the story of the knight that was corrupt that we already defeated one time. So, and the teeth of evil, and, seeing that sort of morphing, it felt like the same energy that he felt from that corrupt undead knight. And maybe also tries to lean into the side of, and if we catch it early enough, we might be able to save her and bring her back to the light and save her soul or whatever, and prevent her from becoming, what that knight was in the end and probably never wished to be. Because no knight ever wishes to fail on his oath or her oath.
And so, okay, so that's gonna be that. I'll buy that. It seems reasonable for a bluff. How are Chuff and/or Ahatea? How are you planning to assist with this attempt to deceive?
Well, Ahatea isn't smart enough for this, but she's basically just standing there nodding the entire time.
Okay, Chuff,
Yeah.
are you adding in anything to this then? While that's happening?
yeah, when there is a moment that he can spot to interject that she's the only one who had the key.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. Okay. I will let Frogor make this check. I will give you a. Well, I don't know how it's going to look like in your character sheet, but the equivalent is basically a -2. So you have to the roll, i.e. you have a 2 bonus basically that I'm giving you to this roll. So I don't know whether there's a way in the character sheet to actually do that.
I can temporarily, that little number on the side, I can temporarily edit it to be 2 higher.
Okay, let's do that.
And then.
And I will inspire Frogor.
Hey, which is something you can
Just
do.
about to suggest that.
Inspiration from Trent, because you can inspire your colleagues, though not yourself, as chat has heard many times.
What does inspiring mean in this case?
So it does mean that you're going to do this at a boon. So you will get the -2 or whatever, the +2, and then you will do this at a boon.
Well, I mean, you can decide to keep the boon for another time.
You could,
not
yes.
Use it, but.
Okay, let's see.
No.
Thanks, Trent. Got it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. And now I'm changing my bluffing back to what it was before.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, I got 3.
And that was counting the right,
boon.
because you added the thing. Yep.
And
Okay.
yeah.
And you moved it back. Great. Okay. Yeah. So Nick Leon says, I can't believe it. I never thought the corruption would spread this far. Well, then there's only one thing for it, and he draws forth his sword. First, we must execute her. Once that's done, we'll be able to investigate her body and see what it is that caused this corruption. It is a deep sadness. I don't know what it's going to be like seeing her lifeless body. She was such a good friend, such a good knight, and yet there is no alternative. Well, come along, Frogor. It's time to remove the evil. And he strides off with his sword drawn.
Frogor gives Hatea the most apologetic look because he's following the orders of someone else, but he wants Hatea to know that this is all in service of his mistress.
So Atea is very excited about this.
And Chuff kind of looks at Torin and is like,
The whole way there, Frogor's doing a worm tongue, just
You always knew. You always,
you always knew.
We were just watching that yesterday.
That's cool.
So when the knight is obviously not paying attention to us anymore, Atea would steal away into the stables.
Okay. So when you get down here into the stables, which I may now reveal to all of you.
That's not a horse.
Yes,
That's
she's
a
lying.
woman.
She's lying dead on the ground with her head inside a horse's bed. It's a complete reversal of the norm. No, that's not what happens. It's not at all what occurs. No, instead, and I will mention first of all that this does look like there is one horse that's kind of stabled behind where Iliel is standing. And only one of the horses, it seems to take not much notice, just, calmly chewing away at some hay that's been left for it. And Iliel comes forward and says, I heard what happened. That was quick thinking, but it won't last. Ahatea, you need to know what it is that you're facing here.
Listening?
She says, these knights want me to translate the ancient writing on a door in the keep. Tylos, that's the other one. I don't know if you've met him. He was the one who found me. He said that I had to help him stop the evil. I asked him, what evil? He said that it was not my business to ask that, but simply to fight it. I said that I would go nowhere with someone without them explaining something first. And at that point, he, knocked me out. The next thing I knew, I was on the back of his horse, trussed up like a turkey, being brought here to this fort. Once I got here, they said that they insisted on translating the writing on the cellar door inside the keep. I refused to do it. I didn't want to give them any more information than they already had. And frankly, once I saw what was on the door and the information about it, and he kind of... She sort of just kind of shakes her head and says, there's something there behind the door. Some presence, some foul thing. The knights are right about that much. There is some corruption here. But what they think about opening up the door and letting whatever it is free would be insanity. Whatever it is was put there for a reason. We don't want to be opening it.
So what did the text say then?
There's an inscription. On the upper part of the door is an inscription, and below it is a tree with a leafy crown. There are 5 horizontal indentations, I suppose about chest height. Each one of them is round and about the size of a silver coin. And when I was there, they had put a bright yellow crystal lens into one of the holes. But the inscription read, "The drop is east of the heart, but not in the center. The heart is not by the leaf, but just east of the sun. The sun is neither in the far west nor the far east. The moon is next to the drop alone. The leaf is west of the heart." I did not entirely know what the inscription meant, but the feeling was enough for me. That place should be given a wide berth. Once I refused to work with them, they imprisoned me, and Isidelia told me that there would be ways of dealing with me if I refused to understand the threat. Then they went out looking for others to translate. They were in particular were looking for elves like me.
Ah, yes, and that's when they stumbled over us.
Toriel shifts positions.
Yeah, so if you want to get out of here, now would be a great time, because now everybody is distracted. I don't know this place very well, but perhaps you can just jump off the wall. I don't know.
And she says, there's more, though, as you, sorry, I'm just moving you enough for her to move out to the door. She says, there's more, though. They're not going to stop. Even if we escape, and we should, but even if we escape, they will just seek for more. The Dragon Knights must be stopped. We must destroy this place before anyone else finds it and attempts to do what they are doing.
But wouldn't they just keep sending more Dragon Knights from their base?
If they can find any more. I have been with them now for several weeks, and I've only seen these 3. I don't know that there are that many Dragon Knights. The Keepers of the Immaculate Flame were a great order, but in the memory of my people they have faded over time. I don't know that there are that many more Dragon Knights, but even if there are, I haven't seen any in the Misty Vale for some time until these 3 showed up, and I've seen nothing since then.
Yeah, but how do we know that they are the only ones who know of this place?
And she shrugs. We don't, except that they said the minute they found it, they've been doing nothing but waiting, trying to translate it so they can get down to the source of the evil. The only one they sent out and about was Tylos, and as far as I know, Tylos was simply looking for more recruits, like you.
Ah, so they stumbled upon this place without knowing about it.
Yes, and they were very excited when they did. Isidelia told me that they knew it was a sign from their god when they had discovered this place. Their god. Perhaps their insanity.
Well, I think 2 of them are going to take care of each other now. Yes, but I guess thank you for the information. Are you good with a sword, perhaps, that you would like to help with these Dragon Knights, or?
Are you planning to fight them?
I have no plan whatsoever, but that is a possibility.
She says, I have some limited skill with the blade, but I do not have the knowledge or experience that it seems like you do of these things. I know only of what this place may represent. And she sort of steps out cautiously, looks around. Even this tree, well, you can feel it, can't you? There's something wrong about it somehow.
Yeah, the apple was actually really good that I ate from it.
It is said that anyone who eats an apple from the tree will never be the same again. Lightning. Yep.
But even if I would not
The
have eaten from the
curse!
apple, then I still would have not been the same, because you see, we do this thing where our cells replace themselves, and within about 3 years or so, all of our
Suddenly you hear this great shout from outside the building, and you hear this clashing of metal clashing on metal, and you hear some voice barking orders or commands or shouts or something. There seems to be some combat which has been joined outside the doors. Frogor, the aforementioned sound is a sound that you know exactly what's causing it, because currently Isidelia and Nikleon are facing off outside. Shield and sword, sting, 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 sting. Have to say, by the way, the technique, like the positioning, 1-3-7, 1-3-7, like, they've got the forms in place, and their shields and armor glint in the sun, and
Sun.
Yeah, the sun.
Thought it was
Nighttime,
nighttime.
isn't it?
There's always sun around the nights. No, you're right. There is actually nighttime.
Every star is a
glints
sun
in the
trend.
moon. Yeah. No, you're right. It is nighttime. That's right. I just wanted to always talk about them
Oh, it
glinting
is
in the sun.
nighttime?
Time for nights. I already made the Dark Knight joke too. So yeah,
Frogor,
Go ahead.
Frogor is making notes on their forms and how they're fighting. And he is not going to directly intervene unless it looks like Nickelodeon is going to lose, or if the other guy joins in the fight against Nick, my boy Nick, in which case Frogor will join in.
Okay.
But he'll shout from the sidelines, purge the evil, it is difficult, but you are up to the task.
And Isidelia sort of like, what evil is this? Sting, sting, sting. You notice that they're very evenly matched, by the way. And neither sort of gives or gains ground. They're just sort of a lot of battling back and forth. And Frogor, it looks to you as if both of them are likely to sort of wear each other out until you hear the sound coming from the darkness down the road. Stay this madness! And then you hear clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop, and coming up on a horse, you see Tylos. And Nikleon and Isidelia stop fighting and sort of look up. And Tylos looks down and says, "What on earth are you doing? What are you fighting for?" And two of them sort of stare at each other, and then Isidelia says, "I was coming out here to find you, Tylos, to report the missing, to report something, and then Nikleon came from outside running through the gate and said that I had been corrupted by evil and that I was responsible, and then he drew his sword and attacked me. Of course, I defended myself as any knight must. This one," she points to Frogor, "can confirm all of this. Isn't that how it happened?"
She released the prisoner as the only person who had the key. I saw her face melt. It was a whole thing. She has been corrupted, and Sir Nikleon has made the difficult decision to release her soul so that she may, before she is corrupted any further.
And she's like this, like her eyes the eyebrows get higher and higher as you're talking. And then she's like, "Perhaps we'll see how much you're able to see of anyone's face when I'm through with you." And she starts walking, and Nikleon is like, "Now wait." And Tylos says, "Again, stop." And both of them stop, and he looks down at them, and then he looks over at you, Frogor, and he says, "Who discovered the missing prisoner?" And Nikleon says, "Well, I did. We were going in, and then we went into the place where they were being kept." And then Tylos says, "And who was with you?" And he's been staring at Frogor the whole time. "And who was with you?" "Well, I suppose."
Guff, at this point, is probably up on the parapet.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, so go ahead and position yourself, because both of them like sort of slowly turn to look at Frogor at this point. Chuff, what are you doing if you're up on the parapet? Go ahead and place yourself if you can.
Yeah, he's up there. He's got his bow, like it's drawn, but it's down low where it can't readily be seen.
Okay.
That he has it, with an arrow knocked and is ready, but he's got it behind one of the crenellations.
Okay.
And he's like, "We were all there together."
And so Tylos looks up and notices you, and says, "You were. All of you together when the door was open. Where were you before then, may I ask?"
In the courtyard.
And Tylos sort of glares at, and then at this point you've revealed yourself also, Taya? If I can, is that correct or no, or are you keeping hidden?
You're muted.
Hello.
Yep.
Hello.
She comes up the stairs like, "Oh, did I miss a show?
Tylos looks like he's eaten several boxes of lemons. He is staring up at looks as sour-faced as you could conceive of. And he says, "Was anyone watching this party while I was away?" And Nikleon says, "Well, yes, I went forth with Frogor there. Well, Frogor was telling me about his teeth, about the dentures. What did you call them? The dentures of what?
Dentures of demonic detection.
The dentures of demonic detection." And Tylo says, "The what?" The teeth. He took them from the source of evil. It was an extraordinary story. And in the meantime, and then Tylos literally like just clop, clop, clop in front of Nikleon, and Nikleon sort of trails off. Go ahead, Ate.
Yeah. So is there a lever around for like the portcullis?
Well, that's a good question. Let me see if there is.
Yes, that would be why she asked it.
Let me see. No,
assume, like,
those gates can no longer be closed, unfortunately.
Oh, boo!
Yeah, there's no lever.
That would be so.
It would be
funny.
amazing. I mean, I guess you could still drop rocks on them or something, but there's no lever. There's no
way
lever here
funnier.
that works. I know.
God damn it.
It would be great, but no, sadly not.
You're the DM. You can make executive decisions.
I know, but it doesn't make sense when I explained at the beginning that the doors are not able to be closed anymore because of the ruin. Then be like, but now magically because of the rule of cool, they are capable. It doesn't, unfortunately, work.
I cast repair large broken.
Repair large broken door.
Gate.
I'm going to inspire Ate.
Oh man, that would be funny.
I use a hero point. Wait, a different game.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah, no, unfortunately not. And so they're looking at Frogor, who is still on the ground below the parapet, below the gate, basically, or in front of the gate. And so Nikleon sort of trails off as Tylos has stepped in front of him. And Nikleon says, "What about you, Isidelia?" And Isidelia says, "Oh, well, I was searching the courtyard. We had gone to find them, and Nikleon was speaking to Frogor." And Tylos says, his voice getting deadly quiet, "How long were several of these alone without you watching?" And Nikleon and Isidelia look at each other, and they're like,
Can Nikleon see me from where he is?
Probably because of where the horse is. Yeah, I would say.
Right. So he's like, he makes eye contact with him, and it's like, see? Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, well, that's it. He's like, don't you see? That's exactly what makes Isidelia the person who is to be. And Tylos rounds on him. In fact, turns the horse so sharply that Nikleon almost falls over as the horse is turning around. And Tylos says, "The only corruption here is with these people who have told you something they should not have. It appears, brother, sister, that we have been betrayed." Draws a sword, and you understand the penalty for it. And Nikleon and Isidelia look at each other, and then, having already had their swords out. So, I think it's time to do that little thing we like to call getting into a bit of a combat situation. I'm going to hand things out. There's an interesting combat situation here, because we've got Toriel, Chuff, and Ahatea on top of the parapet, and Frogor, unfortunately, in front of the gate and below it, with the other three looking at them. So let's get a little bit of combat music, and then let me get this set up.
What were you going to say, Tari?
Oh yeah, just like basically while they were talking, Altair would have leaned over and was like, "Let me know when I can start shooting my fireballs at them."
Mm-hmm.
Chubb is probably 3, 2.
Okay. Right. This and like silently. Let's go. Right. Okay. All right. Let's talk about these. These here adventures and these here combats. All right.
Right. We need the extra tokens for the cards.
Yep. Oh, that's right.
And there's 2. I can't give the other ones.
Okay. Right. Let's go with. All right, let's see. Copy. Paste. Copy. Paste. Copy. Paste. Okay. Now we have those. And so now that we get the always enjoyable figuring out how to deal this in such a way that it's not going to be... okay. So let's see. If I shuffle these. Yes, I'm sure I want to shuffle the deck. Then we're going to deal them. We're going to draw one card, all players. And deal. Okay. So, oh, actually, I don't need 3 different tokens because they're all going to go at the same time. I just need the 1 token. So, let me get rid of this and let me get rid of that. Okay. Okay, hang on a second. I'm getting this so that it looks properly. Looks correct. Okay. Right. And then this. Okay. Got a 4 here. We've got a 7 here. Okay. Sorry, it's a little loud. Let me try that down.
What?
Yeah, I know, exactly. My bad, sorry. Okay, and then all we need, Bruce, is... Are you able to draw yours? Ah, there we go. Lovely. Okay, I'm going to move this up here so I can position it nicely, just as all you have. Okay. Good. Now it looks pretty good, I think. People are able to see what they're doing. Okay. And then, is the 9...
That's
for-
mine, but I
Okay.
can't move it now. I don't know why. Oh, probably because it's stuck in the wall.
Stuck in the
Yeah.
wall. So I moved it now. Where are
Thank
you though? Did we do a cut? Did we
I
copy and
am
paste you?
up here.
No, I mean, where's your separate? Did we make a copy of your token?
I thought you were doing that.
I will do it right now. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got that. We've got that. We've got that. And then who wants to be controlling Toriel for this?
I'll take it.
Okay. Copy. Paste. And let's see. I should have dealt him an offline. Let me just deal 1 card to... It's odd. It's not showing...
Because he's not listed in the player.
Yeah, he
stack
is with
at the top.
mine, though, because he can
Okay.
still be... I'm just going to do it this way, manually. He can,
Okay.
like... It's off. It says it does it to offline players as well, so... And his name is listed in that list, but... Anyway, it's fine. Okay, so... looking at this, then, we are going to work our way up, and it's going to start with our number 2, which is going to be Toriel. What does Toriel want to do first, then, Tren? What would you think Toriel is going to be interested in? Thanks, Prince Justin.
I'm trying to figure out where he is. Is he?
He's
Up
up on the
top with
parapet
us?
with all of you. Yeah, like
Okay.
I just position him. If you want to put him here, you can, but he's up top.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
And just so we're not confused, I'm going to put, let me see if I can, I'm just going to put a little symbol on Frogor to indicate that Frogor is lower.
Right.
Let's put you, I don't know, we're going to do this little snail symbol so that it's not confusing. So 3 of you are up top and Frogor is down below.
Okay. I mean, Toriel has been so vocal today about, everything that it's difficult to get a sense of what he wants to do. But I would imagine that given that they are now like now that battle is enjoined, he is probably getting ready. But if he's up here with us, now he doesn't have a lot of ranged weapons, right? I don't have access to his character sheet. So I don't know.
Let me check. I don't believe he does. Actually, and I
think
can give you...
he had throwing axes, didn't he? Oh no, he was trying to use normal axes as
throwing axes. Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm going to give you access to his sheet just for the moment.
Okay.
So I'm going to put this with Chuff and edited controlled by Chuff. We'll try to get rid of that after we're done today. Try to remind me. Okay, so
Okay.
now you should have control over it, I think.
All right.
And yeah, he does not have that as much. He's got the Fiend Crusher, which is that badass weapon that you all got
Right.
recently, but that's not as much use up here unless he wants to throw it, which is
he's not going to do.
Yeah, seemed unlikely.
He is absolutely not going to do that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's pretty sure.
Okay.
Right. So he kind of spares a glance back towards the door into the cellar thing and back towards the stable.
Okay.
Where his fellow elf has gone. Where did she go?
She was with Ahatea. When Ahatea came up here, I'm not 100% sure where she went, actually.
You're the DM. How do you not know that?
No. I'm trying to think about it because I noticed that Ahatea went off on her own. I would say that she probably would be trailing the party. I don't think she would have gone up on the stairs yet, but she's probably near them. That's what I would say, because she's also trying to avoid being captured again. So she may or may not become a factor later. We'll see.
I was going to say, if she doesn't want to be captured again, maybe going nearer the knights that were holding her might not be the brightest plan.
Yeah. Well, she wants to be helpful, though.
Yeah, I appreciate that very much, as I'm sure does Toriel. Right. So he's got his hammer in his monster whacker in his hand, but he's got it below the level of the thing where it can't be seen.
Okay.
Because this just feels like the sort of thing that if he were to let them see it, they'd be like, wait, that belongs with us. So
I see.
Kind of keeping that out of sight for right now.
Okay.
So he's basically bracing for attack, but since he doesn't really have a lot of ranged weapons, he's just kind of holding where he is at the moment.
Okay. All right. Okay, so he's essentially holding his action then?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Then that's...
Oh, do we have to specify what a trigger would be?
Yeah, to be able to let us know what exactly...
Right,
yes,
so if any of those three knights head up the stairs towards, coming up here, or if what's his knight stands on the back of his horse to try to climb up onto the parapet, whatever. If any of the knights are coming towards us, then he's gonna
take action. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Tylos comes up to you, Frogor, and he looks sadly down at you and he says, I am deeply sorry that it has come to this, Sir Knight, but obviously corruption has consumed you. So we're going to see what happens as he goes with this. All right. Okay. So let's see if I can get this to work properly. Okay, do I have my... Where's my Tylos at? Maybe I don't have...
But that means we win.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I
not
think
so
he
much.
might actually be a pacifist.
Yeah, no.
I mean, emotionally, he is torn right now. The duplicity of him going from she's corrupted to now Frogor's corrupted to now just back and forth. It must be tearing him. You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
Tearing me apart, that they're all corrupted. Okay. So, Frogor, Isadelia, and this is not Isadelia, I was just using that for Tylos because I didn't have stats for Tylos, but they're all pretty much similar. Swings down at you, Frogor, and smashes into you. Now, let's take a look at the armor situation. I do want to remind you also that you could theoretically try to parry this because you do have a weapon. That's interesting. You can't draw a weapon to parry. Yeah, but your weapon would be drawn by now. So the question is, you've got a couple of options. You can try to parry this attack if you wish, Frogor. and you would have to declare that you're going to parry technically before the attacker rolls for damage. I'll allow you to do it in this case because I didn't realize that. Or you could try to dodge it. If you're parrying, you roll against your skill level for the weapon that you're holding. And if you're dodging, you're rolling for evade. And so you could do either of those, or you could try to just let your armor take it. But as you can see, there's a lot
I
of...
can't see.
Oh, you can't see it? It's a lot of damage. Right now, we're looking at a 15 damage right now.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I can't take it. Okay, well, I suppose I will...
I mean, subtracted from your armor, but still.
Yeah, no, I still can't. All right, I'll try to parry.
Okay.
'Cause
So...
you donned that better armor, right?
Yeah, but it's not good enough for that.
Okay.
Okay. So this is also means it's going to... You're not going to be able to take your turn when it comes. You know that, right, Frogor? Because this substitutes for that, basically.
I'm worrying now. If I parry this one, that's my ability to do any action at all. And the next knight comes along and attacks me, I can't parry again, right?
Because it is a reaction, I think that's right. You could only parry yourself. However, I will say, if you successfully parry the attack, you can move both yourself and the enemy one square in any direction. So in other words, what that means is you could push him away and push yourself closer to the gate. I don't know whether that's going to matter, but it means that, like, essentially you could try to push yourself out of some danger. They may try to run up, though, and attack you. That is a good point. Yes, that's possible.
All right, well, I don't have any choice anyway. Sure. How for to do parry?
So when you do a parry, this is our first time doing this, by the way, in the system, I believe. You must declare a parry, blah, 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 blah. You roll against your skill level for the weapon. So the weapon that you're using, it's basically like an attack would be. And you're trying to essentially roll against that skill level. So you've got what have you got, a sword?
Yeah.
So you would just be rolling against, that. So you'd be hitting, I think just the longsword weapon, I think, is what you'd be doing. Or whatever your sword weapon is.
Yeah, short sword. I clicked on it. I didn't mean to do the damage thing. I rolled a 17, so that's a fail.
You also could do shield, by the way, but regardless. Okay, so that is a fail. Okay. So if you parry... against a skill weapon. Oh, so, okay. So I didn't know this. So you could also parry with your shield, and you may want to do this. Since we haven't done this before.
Right, we're learning.
There's no skill for shields. Instead, you can use any strength-based melee skill. Any of your melee skills you could use to parry with a shield. So it would give you more options with which to parry. In other words, not just short sword. You'd be able to use any strength-based melee skill. So it says any of them except knives or staves. So you see you've got, like, over in your weapon skills, you've got... No, weapon skills. So you've got, like, axes, you've got...
Swords is my highest.
Brawling,
anyway, so.
Swords is your highest. Okay, so are you still... All right, so I guess that's up to you then. I guess the question is whether you're going to, stay with the short sword that you would use. Prince Justin does have an inspiration also. I'm just giving us, possible ways of addressing things.
Can you push a roll of...
Yes, you can push a parry.
I'll push
absolutely
it.
You can push it.
Sorry. I'll push it then. 4.
Yes.
Much better.
Much better. What are you marking for the push? Like what condition are you going to mark?
He would like to become afraid, please.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
So you get your shield up just in time, I would assume, Frogor. And his blow, like, you do the thing where you slide back along the ground, like, because it was so, but you are not hurt. Where do you want to move him? Because he will move back basically a square. So you could move him like here or move him here. I'm talking about Tylos, and then we'll talk about where you want to move yourself. Where do you want him to move?
Upwards so that he's in the direct line of sight of
Like that?
Ahatea.
Like that, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then you can move yourself. You could move. I was just going to say that. Yeah, you could move there.
Oh.
Yep.
Is it possible? Is
Anywhere
this
you want, as
like
long as it's within a square. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, is it a 3-wide gate, or is there like a bit of wall?
You
I
see
can
the little
sort of go
dotted
behind?
line? There's kind of a faint dotted line around the.
That's right.
That's
Dashed line.
the area. Thank you. That thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
that's
you
the,
can do that.
Oh, it's incident. Yeah, I'd like to go directly backwards, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And can we say that Chitgore falls out from under my arm and flutters free just in case she's needed later?
That seems reasonable. Okay. Good stuff. So Nikleon sort of strides forward, and and sort of stops and looks at Tylos, and Tylos says, "You know the orders." And Nikleon says, "This doesn't feel right, though. It seems as if, and I don't ask you to think about whether something's right or wrong. You know what evil is." And Nikleon sort of sighs and comes up on you. Now, this guy, I'm going to have to roll off screen because I don't have his stat window. All right, so let me get my dice roller going. Okay.
Frogor gives a look with his eyes that he reckons White Knight probably gave. You know, like a sort of innocent puppy that came to you and realized the goodness in your soul in a dark world and trusted you completely. Yeah.
Wow.
It's given that look.
That
it's
is
got even if Frogor dies, Nickelodeon's never gonna recover.
Nope.
Emotionally.
It's going to be very difficult, and he does
He can
indeed.
win this fight, but at what cost?
He does
Every time. Every time he sees a dog, he's just going to gack everywhere. It's just going to be.
He is going to roll a 9, which is enough to hit, and he's going to roll 6 points of damage, but that's going to be mitigated by armor, somewhat.
Yeah, it glances across my shiny knight's armor of goodness that we got from the Tomb of Evil.
Right. Did we list off what the stats on that were?
Yes, it is 4, and it only has a bade on sneaking rather than sneaking and evade.
So you only take 2 points of damage from that, Frogor.
But
well, I've got an open
shield...
helm. I've got a helm as well, so it's my overall armor rating is 5.
So you only take 1 point.
Yeah,
that's a glancing blow. That's why it's good that the main bad guy or good guy, whatever he is, cultist, doesn't actually have all to say. That's why parry actually mattered there. Okay, now since you've got that on you and you've got Tylos right near to it, Isadelia is not going to try to be run up in there and have 3 people just wailing away. So instead, Isadelia is, let's see. Okay, Isadelia is going to charge in. As I look at my movement, okay, so 5, 10. You're in front of the gate. Interesting. Okay. She's going to run in here, but this is going to be dependent on whether she successfully shoves Frogor out of the way. So she is going to try to make a strength check to see if she can do that. Let's see. She sure doesn't. So she stops
against
there.
my strength.
Yeah. Well, it's her. Yes, basically. No, actually, if it had succeeded, it would have been against your strength, but she didn't even succeed. She rolled too high. So she bangs into you basically, and I don't know, what does that look like, Frogor? Is that you holding onto the door, the gate behind you or something, or because you have your shield up and you're battling Nikleon in front of you?
I think that Chitgore was released, and she came, and then Isadelia came running and sort of half trips over Chitgore as she's trying to get past me. And Frogor's like, "No evil shall pass."
I love it. And she actually also tries, because she's so thrown off by this, because she clearly thought she was going to run through you without any trouble, she kind of takes a half-hearted swing at Chickor, but misses by a country mile. It's almost felt more like she was like, ugh, like she's like, why is this thing in front of me?
I also would like to remind you that Frogor is about 2 feet tall, so
Right.
she was stopped by like a creature that comes up to her knees
That's
and
what I'm
another
saying.
creature that's ankle height.
This is a very stable ankle-high wall, I guess, is what she's not planning on. Okay, so good work, everybody, but you better deal with these people before they get to another round. Okay, that was Toriel. That was the Knights, which leads us next to the 7, which is Ahatea. Ahatea, there's some stuff going on.
Yeah, Ahatea kind of half climbs onto the crenellation so that you can actually see the guy standing below.
Yes, I was going to say, because the other two are undercover now, technically, from you, but he's not.
Yeah, but he's not. So I cast Fireball, baby.
I was waiting for that. I had a feeling Fireball was on the way. Okay, so you're rolling against what is Elementalism, I believe, to make this.
Yes, I cast usually 2. He looks like kind of strongish, right?
He's definitely the strongest of the 3, yes.
Right, so I'm thinking about upcasting, which was like I spent.
Oh, I also have good news for all of you. You have been blessed by the presence of my cat. Ganesh has just shown up, so I think
outstanding.
you're in good
Okay,
shape now. I think now that this is just going to happen.
Great, I get to roll with a boon. Outstanding.
Didn't say that.
Let's see. Where is the upcasting thing? Casting spells, blah blah blah. I forgot. How does the upcasting work again? I can't find
That was the funniest part of the green room. Before we're going, yes, mistress! Oh my God, I cracked up so hard.
Okay, each power level beyond the first, right? So, if you are, so if you're going to do this, so that's the first time. You get to the other spot with the upcasting.
Wait, which page?
So it's on page 58 is the casting spell and the power level. So casting a spell costs 2 willpower per power level. So, so in other words, you could cast a fireball for 2 willpower points, and everyone above that, up to a maximum of 3, would be 2 more willpower points. So it would be 6 willpower points if you wanted to cast it at the highest level, the highest rank.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Okay.
So that would be 5 fireballs then. 2 plus 3.
Right, either creates another fireball or increases the damage by d6.
Yeah, then we just make the damage increase.
So it'd be 2d6, and then it would be, what would it be, 3d6, 46. So it'd be 4d6 instead of 2d6. It would hurt a lot.
Why not 5?
Because you start with 2d6, right?
Yeah.
That's rank 1. Rank 2, you add another d6. And rank 3, which is the highest it can be, would be 46.
Right. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And
not really, but also numbers are hard. So 6 willpower points, you said?
yeah, because you start with 2d6, Tari, but every level only increases it by 1 additional d6. So if you're at level 1 for 2, second level you would be at 3, third level you would be at 4. And you can only do it at 4.
I'm pushing that roll.
Oh, well, before you push it, Tari, Prince Justin did ask you in chat if you wanted inspiration.
Oh, okay. Yes, please. Blocks.
I guess the answer is yes to that, Prince Justin. Oh, I remember Dork Tower. Thank you, Prince Justin. All right.
Yay, so I roll
Let's
again.
try that again.
Mm-hmm.
Second verse, not the same as the first. That's more like it.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. So now let's see the damage. I want to see some serious damage on
Oh,
that.
46 you said,
4d6.
I want to see 4 6s.
Yep. So do I.
right? Same.
I think we need to see that much.
I think we saw 1 of 6, not 4.
So that's 13 points of damage.
Okay, 13 points of damage. Let's see. For this guy, Give to me the stats that I need. Okay. Yeah, that rocks him, actually. In fact, I'm going to say it rocks him so much that it blows him backwards off his horse.
Does he fall off the cliff?
Yeah. So he's going to make a roll now to see if he keeps from doing it. If he does, he is going to basically fall down the cliff. I mean, he's not going to plummet, but he's going to hit hard.
Also, does the horse need to do like a roll to see if it's spooked or not?
If it's what?
If it's
It's
spooked.
spooked or not.
Oh yeah, the horse. The problem is not going to be the horse spooked. The problem is going to be the horse dead. You hit the horse.
Well, I
at the
did
same
not
time.
aim at the horse, okay?
You
These
hit him
are
with a
heated
fireball.
Fireball.
You hit him with a fireball.
These fireballs are not like D&D fireballs. They don't do area effect damage. They
Yeah,
only
it's
hit one specific
true. It's
target.
true. All right. I
Yeah,
will.
they
I
work
was.
more like magic missiles.
All right. I will. You're right. I will see about the spooking in a minute. Let's see first of all about how he does. So,
See, I wouldn't hurt the horse on purpose.
I know you wouldn't. Okay.
Like, she's terrible, but not bad, you know.
Yeah, he sure does not make his save. So he falls after. Okay, I would like you to roll an additional 2d6 as he slams into the ground, and begins to go.
I would like to see 2 6s, please.
Yes, that'd be lovely.
That's damn close.
Wow.
It is damn close.
He gets slammed out, and you see him for a moment, Atea, from your vantage point, as he rolls down like and as he rolls down, he says, "You must keep fighting. You must keep." And then he is impaled on a spike of stone that is sticking out of the cliff, and just. Now the horse. I don't even know what to roll. Like okay, let's see. I think a 17 is going to miss whatever the hell I would roll it against for the horse. So the horse is like,
Sorry, I did not.
turns around and bolts down the freaking road. Now, Frogor, you, from your vantage point, hear a massive explosion. Then you see some flaming thing falling down a cliff. You hear what I just shouted, and then a horrifying squishing sound. Nikleon sort of turns, and is horrified, and turns back to you, and his eyes are furious, and he says, "How could you? Our leader!" He looks real angry. Okay.
Tia turns to Chuff. It's like, so that's a strike, I think.
I think that's a win. Good strike. That was a good time to use that. I'll tell you. I'm assuming you're going to stay in one place. You're currently, the others are not visible. Remember, they're below you, so you're cool
But
with that.
they also don't see me. So.
It is true. They do, however, see your minion. Just
They
letting you
should
know.
Stop doing that.
Just letting you know.
I think it's important to note also that everyone is always below Ahatea. No matter
well,
the
I mean,
situation.
it's just, certainly. But it's up to you, I tell you. You can stay where you want if you are. It's just they are not in your sight at the moment, these guys.
The whole world lies at her terrible flippers. So, yeah, that's me turn.
Okay. That's going to bring us to Chuff. Chuff, you saw what just happened.
So, what's his name is dead now?
You're pretty
Can we
confident there's not coming
mark
back from
him
that.
as such on the map?
Kabow!
Thank you. So now Chuff can't see anybody because they're inside the.
You do see the horse
portal.
bolting down the road, but otherwise.
Right, but there's it's unlikely that the horse is ever going to come back looking for vengeance.
That's true.
Oh, that's our big bad evil guy.
It cuts to the montage, and the horse is like, "Nay," as it like bolts.
Oh no, it's bad horse.
Oh God, no!
Bad
Oh,
Oh my
Oh.
God, Dr. Horrible sing-along vlog.
he was such a good horse, from my understanding.
Oh man.
That horse's name was Dauber, by the way, and according to the
Clearly.
staff, he never peed, he never pooped, he did exactly what he was supposed to do, and he was a very, very good horse.
Very good horse.
Very good horse indeed. Anyway, right. So with no targets at present, Chuff is going to see. Do I have enough movement to get down here where I can see into the thing?
What's your movement rate? Should say on your sheet somewhere.
16.
Okay, 16 squares? 16 meters?
I don't know. It says 16.
16. It probably means meters, which means 8 squares. So, because it's 2 meters per square. So you could
Okay.
go, so you could actually get down to ground level and you'd be like there next to the gate, basically, or underneath the gate, or, on this side of it. If you
In a
rushed
place
down.
where I have
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You could get there. Yeah. So here's the problem. You can see the fight, but if you just stopped there, you basically would just. Well, no, that's not true because Frogor isn't tall. So I guess you would be able to see over Frogor because Frogor's back is to the gate. This is what I'm thinking about. But above it, you could fire at least Isidelia because Isidelia is like, closing in on Frogor essentially. I think you wouldn't get a good view on Nikleon unless you were to sort of, kind of like come right here and then sort of shoot over, if like literally poke your bow out and like shoot over, you could maybe do that. But otherwise, I think the only chance you have to hit something is if you come to this square, then you could probably hit Isidelia from your spot.
I trust Frogor to be able to handle himself well enough. So I'm probably going to move myself. God damn. Sometimes these walls are kind of annoying.
Can I ask what specifically Frogor has ever done to elicit this trust in Chaff that he can handle himself?
His adoption of the story that they were making up on the fly about he was on point, following along with the lies that they were spinning, and Chuck was like, okay. So he's gonna get down here where he's got a line on what's her name,
on Isidelia, but then you
Whatever.
got to come here if you're going to do that, Chuff, because you need to be, because if you can see where the doors are positioned, this is sort of, or here even, because that way you have line of sight to be able to see this way.
Okay.
You see what I mean? So like that. That's why you can't really get a shot on Nikleon, but you can't. Frogor, not for the first time,
here.
being saved by being short. Yes.
Right. So I can go here and get a shot on.
You can do that. Yes, absolutely.
Then that is what I shall do.
All right. So let's have you go ahead and fire using your ranged combat here, or using bows. Sorry, using your bows.
Yes. And so we will go, dink. And that is 6 over a bit. Yep.
With damage of 8. Okay. So let's see. What's your armor looking at? Okay. Yeah, so takes a good chunk of that actually. Let's see, we're going to say not that many. Okay. Yeah, that thuds into her shoulder and
and as he does so, he basically shouts in his most commanding, growling voice, let your corruption burn you to the ground.
I am not corrupt. Foul
That's
thing.
Exactly what a corrupted person would say.
Damn it, you've already... Yeah, no, he doesn't say that. She doesn't say that. Okay, good stuff, Chuff. All right, Frogor, normally this would be your turn, but as we know, you spent it parrying what would have been otherwise a death blow. And so I think no one's too sad about that. All right, let's pull back. Let me recall all of these.
Frogor is continuing to look like as much of a dog as he can. So he's not a frog, he's not a mallard, he's a dog called White Knight.
He's Perito at the end of The Last Wish. He's just doing the big eyes thing. Yeah, exactly like that.
Okay, so there we go.
Made all the more impactful by his creepy mallard eyes.
Okay, we got these, and then we're going to put, and this is, okay, there's Toriel's. So now everyone else, if you could put your cards next to your initiative characters, please. Please and thank you. All right. Okay. All right, we're just waiting for, there we go. Got it. All right. Okay, so we're going to start out with Toriel. What does Toriel want to do?
How
Tim?
far is the drop from the parapet down to the?
That's a good question. Let me find out how far up that is. By the way, chat, one of the things you may notice, combat much more deadly, much swingier in this one. That's part of the mix.
Oh, just for the other guys.
So, say again.
Yeah.
Just for the other guys?
guys.
I mean, if you hadn't gotten a parry, that would have been we would be talking about Chickgore, the new character, in just a second.
Oh.
Okay. So let's see.
Greg, you see, you don't want to be accused of promoting animal harm on this channel. Ergo, all the animal characters in the party are.
I see how it all happened.
damage.
Okay. So it says that it says that it's 5 meters high. So
Not an easy to just drop off the thing.
no, you could.
Well, it's easy to drop. It just
Yeah. Oh, it's very easy to
landing.
drop. To survive
Right,
the
yeah.
drop.
right. That's the problem. Okay.
You could hang and drop. What I would say is that you would need an acrobatics roll to prevent taking damage from doing it. But it's not
Yeah.
like wildly like a 30 meter or something. Like it's, you know.
Right. No, we'll just not do that. All right. He's going to run down.
Okay.
On the stairs on his side.
Do you see his movement on his sheet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, right. Where is it? 12.
So 12. So he can move 6 squares then. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so he's at 4 right now with that.
And he will probably get to about here.
Yeah. Is he running towards the gate? Because if so, he could slide through you and get here if that's what you want him to do.
Yeah, that's what he's basically going to.
Okay, then you could get
assist
there.
Frogor.
You could definitely get there. So go ahead and move him there. I don't know though whether he's going to be able. He can't get any further, so I don't think he has a reach weapon. Right? His weapons are not like
No,
an
he
extra
yeah,
square.
he doesn't.
Yeah, so
He
that's probably the best he's going to be able to do. At least he can look intimidating. Oh, is that the wall? Here, let me help.
Yeah. Thank
There you
you.
So he can, and you could also move him here if you want. Either way.
Yeah, right there.
Okay, that might get in
Is-
your way though, Chuff, of a shot.
That's fine.
Okay, he can do that. Is he going to like yell at them threateningly?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
But whereas he was hiding the hammer before, now,
now
he
it's
is
out?
not.
Okay.
Now he is not, and he is basically like, since he knows what this hammer is and what it does.
Right.
He basically shouts something along the lines of, "You were going to call upon me to help you fight this evil, and I show you this as proof that I am not corrupt." And he's
Pulls
got
that
it
weapon
over
out.
his-
I love it.
Yeah.
Gets glints in the torchlight from inside the fortress or from the
Yep.
fire. Okay, looks good. Chuff, you're up next. What do you want to do since you've been a little bit blocked by
Yeah.
Toriel at the moment?
Yeah, that does make it a bit of a challenge.
You can slide because Toriel because Frogor can let you go past. You could go here, like you have enough movement to get on that side. It's just you can't move farther back out of the way at that point, so it would be kind of a point blank, I'm firing into your face thing. Or you could go here actually and fire over Frogor again, because again, Frogor is short.
Yeah, that's
at
what
his
he's
deli
saying.
again. You could do that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's going to do. And
You're
since I
exposed
can't-
to them at that point, but whatever. Like
Right.
Okay.
And you'll have to move me in there because I can't get through the wall.
I love how good these walls are. Okay, right there it is. Okay, so you're gonna fire over Frogor. Go ahead and make your attack on Isadelia.
As he does so, he's like, what is he like? Oh. And he's basically like, to the ground.
Love it.
Fires.
Yep.
And that's a 10 over 15, so that's 9 points.
9 points of damage. Okay, and that also rocks her. She is now looking quite hurt. She's not dead yet, but looks quite hurt. 2 arrows out of her, and she's like, sort of breathing heavily, and like spits out some blood. Okay, that's good stuff. And Frogor, you are able to go before they are. What do you want to do? Isadelia is in very poor straits. Nikleon is not at the moment.
Well, Frogor is has the condition of being scared.
Right.
So he's probably gonna drop and roll.
Okay.
This is a huge
Thank
reduction in height, but
yeah. Actually, he's not that much thinner than he is tall, so the drop and roll, there's like no noticeable difference in height.
Okay.
And he would like to roll away. And am I able to use my turn to try and do some sort of persuasion or something? I don't want to give up on Nick Leon, you know?
Okay.
He's my friend now.
Yes, potentially. What would you? But I will say yes. You can try to persuade him. It's going to be very difficult, but not impossible. What are you going to try to persuade? And how are you going to persuade him? What do you want to say?
I don't know. I don't know that there's anything I can say.
well, I mean,
I think he would like to appeal to Nick Leon's sense of justice and right and wrong and the hard things that you have to do. And so he'll probably say, you know, remember White Knight. Sometimes those closest to you are the ones that you must test most thoroughly. And trust your judgment. Trust that you know good from evil. Trust yourself. You know, trying to get him to trust his instinct instead of what he's been told.
I will allow a persuasion check. I'm going to give this to you at a Bane. Now, if someone wants to inspire you in chat, that'll counter it and just make it a normal check. So it's up to you. If anyone in chat would like to, has an inspiration remaining and wants to throw one at Frogor for this persuasion. He has just seen his leader go flaming down a cliff, so he's not inclined to be super happy about it. However, he does have a relationship of some kind with Frogor, so that's why this is sort of a,
and with
bit
White
of a
Knight.
balancing act. And with White Knight. Well, that's what I mean. The bringing up of
Yeah.
White Knight is here. So I'll
And
allow it.
I
and
think
after
I have one more.
You
Right?
do have one, Tren, yeah.
I will inspire Frogor.
All right. So all the channel points, inspirations have been bought and used, for this year and for
And
this month.
this is
this
my
year.
last thing for the month, so
Yeah,
you know,
that's
it's, might as
That's
well
right,
just
makes
go and use
sense.
it.
This is scary. I feel so much pressure now, you know. It's,
Nah,
It's
you're
a
gonna
good.
be
It's a
fine.
good persuade. All right. So now you're rolling this at a boon. Oh, sorry, not at a
Oh,
boon. No.
I thought rolling
No.
straight.
I'm wrong.
Flat
I'm wrong.
roll.
Sorry, a flat roll. Thank you. It's just a
Yeah.
regular persuasion.
okay. What is it that that guy says to that other guy in Star Wars? You are the chosen one.
You're supposed to be the
Oh.
chosen one.
The guy
Yeah.
to the other guy.
the guy.
Look,
You know,
Obi-Wan to Anakin.
The one with the nose, yeah.
yeah.
look.
Who's the
they-
nose?
Who says the thing?
I'm
Mhm.
more of a Trekkie, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, that worked.
Yeah. So Nick Leon sort of like
brother
takes a
to
trembling
me.
step, and he says, "You," and he sort of like looks at you, and he says, "White Knight," and he kind of looks over his shoulder towards his fallen leader, and then he looks back towards you, and he does nothing. He basically just freezes, as if he's like
Yes.
he doesn't know what to do. Isadelia has no such limitation, however, as we'll talk about in just a minute. So Frogor has done that. Okay. Isadelia does not do this. Isadelia comes up and she says, "So, you've decided to be one of them. Then pay the same price." And she stabs Nick Leon through the neck. And Nick Leon kind of like staggers back and falls, and she says, "You deserve this, coward." And he falls to the ground. And she's used up her turn to do it, but The betrayal of a dragon knight. That's more than anything else, apparently. Good news is she used a return doing that. So now, Ahateo, what do you want to do? You have not heard any of this, actually. I guess you've heard, like, stabbing, and you do see him probably stumble outside and on the ground. So...
I've never been so angry in real life.
It wasn't me. It's her. She's a jerk.
He's corrupt.
She's a bad person.
This is proof.
Her
So
purity
Artia
has
doesn't know
corrupted her, let us say.
Any of this, I guess. Well, I
Yeah.
guess she sees Nicleon's corpse falling out of the.
He's not dead yet, but he's in bad shape.
Not his
dead
body,
yet.
whatever. So.
Atea's like,
almost
great, sounds good.
tempted to-
Fireballs him. Frogo's like, no, god damn it.
That would be so funny, but no. No, Atia goes down the steps.
Okay.
To over here.
All right.
And she takes. She assesses the situation and sees that the lady has her blade in the guy's throat.
Before you do all that, though, let's talk about line of sight. How much movement does Atea have?
10 meters.
Okay,
And
so
that was 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, these are 2 meters a square, though. So if
Oh,
it's
wait.
10 meters, 1, 2, 3. I would let you get here is like 5 squares if you're doing a lot of diagonals, but I'll allow you to cut some corners there.
Yeah, but I have light of sight here, don't I?
No, because you've got a gate here. Remember, this
Right,
is underneath.
there's a gate.
If you go here, you're okay, except the Toriel's broad shoulders are blocking you, is the problem.
Well, I just say duck and hope that he understands that he means that I'm not referring to
He,
myself.
he thinks you're talking to yourself.
Oh, no. Oh, God. I have no idea how to adjudicate that. All right. All right. Okay. You probably
Well, then
actually...
again, he's like really tall. Can I just like shoot?
You could shoot through his
His
legs, which is
legs.
very funny. Yes, I think it's going to be very disturbing for Toriel, but probably you can do
I
that,
might
yes.
cinch his trousers in the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I shoot the fireball at.
Then don't tell him duck, because then he'll just drop
Yeah,
into
that
the
would be-
path.
His head. All right.
No,
Shoot away.
she like. She ducks.
Huh?
Get
Ah,
a
it's
better
cute.
vantage point.
Cute.
Quack quack. And then she shoots the fireball at the evil guy. And am I just gonna do a regular one? Yeah, I think so. Am I? I have so many willpower points left. I upcast for 2 points. So for 3 dice.
For 3. Yep, gotcha. All right, let's see it.
Which puts me at 4 willpower points, right?
That would be right, because 2 per level, yep.
Here, right, and then I roll, and then I miss.
Yes,
Which
unless you
means
push it.
that... Oh yeah, right.
You can push it. Just remember. And did you
push
mark, by the way, when you pushed it when we had you push the first time?
I didn't because I had a.
Oh, because you had the
I got
inspiration, from Prince Justin. That's right. Toriel will remember this. Yeah.
So
you
for
could push
pushing, I
now.
just re-roll.
Yes, and then you're
Oh
gonna.
no,
have
wait,
to-
there's a button.
there's a
for-
button to push
Yeah.
it.
Is that the one with the little clock on?
Yes.
the
Yep.
arrow?
Do it again. Nice.
Hey, all right. What are you marking? And like, what condition are you marking for that? I really like the push mechanic.
Ooh, what would be helpful?
I mean, elemental
Totally
is.
exhausted.
Oh,
Makes
yeah.
most
Oh.
sense.
Seems reasonable. Okay, 3d6. Let's see how much damage is taken. She's already pretty hurt.
Now, I imagine that as soon as that fireball comes out from between Toriel's legs, he probably does exactly what we see in his token, and he just turns his head back and is glaring over
it's like-
his shoulder.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually multiple fireballs that she shoots.
Right,
That is
technically.
9
yeah.
points.
9 points. Slam, slam, slam. This hits her in the back, and she goes flying over the body of Nicleon, and sort of
Jesus.
hits the ground, and she just sort of, tumbles a few times, and then she looks back at you, her body smoking and smoldering, and she says, "Your evil will not win." And she expires. I'm going to take us out of initiative here
wait.
because you can say what you're going to
takes
say.
her stuff.
Yeah.
and she like there's like smoke coming out of the beak of the skull. She like blows it away like a gun.
I love it. I'm taking us out of initiative. Nikleon lies on the ground, stricken. Frogor or anybody here.
Frogor mallardly runs over and cups his head in his little mallard lap, and is like, you did it, Nikleon. You struck down the evil in your own order. You can be at peace now.
And he looks up at you and he smiles a bit, and he reaches for something around his cloak, and you see that it's a symbol, the same symbol that the others were wearing. It's the symbol of Eladane. And he kind of puts it up to you and presses it into your hand, Frogor, and he says, "Then you can continue the fight, my friend. I am sorry I did not see earlier. There's evil. You can..." Expires.
There. And then Frogor stands and he has the token as like a prize. He puts it on around his neck and he turns around to face everyone else and says, "Ha! I was the best knight after all."
And Chuff is
But
just
just for correction, he, and she points at Nikleon's corpse, didn't strike down anybody. I did. I struck down both of them. For the record, and she like looks at everybody, please.
Oh yes, you were amazing,
Yes, thank you.
mistress. Truly, we could not have done it without you. Seamlessly, like, back into pandering to his true mistress.
Brown nosing.
Yeah.
And Iliel, the voice from behind you says, "That was impressive."
having forgotten about her.
You
Chuff
turn
is
to see,
Yeah, she
you
did
turn to
nothing.
see Iliel, and Iliel says, "I wish this had not been necessary. I don't think they were bad people, but they cannot allow their madness to spread. And this place cannot be allowed to continue to do what it has done. Will you help me put an end to it?" Which is where we will bring an end to our action for the day. Good stuff, everybody. I was a little nervous when this started and Frogor was facing down 3 Dragon Knights on his own. And then
never doubted a bit.
I was a little less nervous after Atea blew him off the mountain. That was good times. And then I got a lot less nervous when all of a sudden Chuff was pew-pewing and then Frogor's very clutch persuasion moment led to... And by the way, in case anyone's like, "I can't believe they did that," I'd ask you all to think about the problem with those who believe that righteousness is the only path, is that eventually everyone is seen as not as righteous as them. And so typically they eat their own before they actually go after their others. It's too bad, though, that Nikleon didn't figure that out until too late. But anyway, very good stuff. And now you have a fort you can explore. Just, check it out. LT Evil. Yeah. We shall see. But let's do our experience.
Unleash a big old demon. Yeah.
But let's start with experience. I'm sorry, Bruce. I swear to God, I was not actually trying to be a jackass about it. It's just literally how the Dragon Knights behave. They're like...
No, it's good. I
know?
don't know what Frogor would have done if Nikleon had survived, so that went exactly perfectly how I hoped it would.
I bet your line was really funny and also sad, where you were just kind of like, "I've never been so angry IRL." It's like, I know. It's like this.
Oh my God.
It was so funny. Okay, so Bruce, did you participate in the game session today?
I did.
You did. Yes, you certainly did. All right, so what are you going to mark?
I'm going to mark awareness.
Sounds good. Did you explore a new location? I mean,
not really.
Yeah, I don't think so. Did you defeat one or more dangerous adversaries? I mean, yeah. Yeah,
I mean, the
you tell
mistress
me,
did
but
most of the work, but
yeah, but
anyway.
no, you all worked together. Your persuading Nikleon was just as important as anybody else because he kept out of the fight. It froze him for a turn, so I'd say
Yeah.
yes for sure. What do you want to mark?
I'd like to mark swords, please.
Okay. Did you overcome an obstacle without using force?
I feel like I distracted Nikleon and made friends with him.
Yeah, that's true. I will give you that. What are you going to mark?
Bluffing?
Bluff. Yeah, quite logical. And this time you did not give into your weakness, I don't think, right? Because I don't think it
No,
came
there
up.
was no food anywhere
There
around.
was no food to be had.
But I did get a demon
You did
on
get a
sleight
demon,
of hand.
which was on marked on what on
Sleight of hand.
on sleight of hand, right? Okay. All right. Let's see what you get.
Here we go.
Okay, so you are going to advance on awareness. You are not going to advance on bluffing. You are going to advance on sleight of hand. You are not going to advance on sword. So 2 and 2. 2 advances, 2 non-advances. Bruce, I really enjoyed Frogor's stuff today. The distraction thing was lots of fun. I love the idea that the thing with the teeth and like these are actually now memorably named by Trent. But I thought the whole stuff with the teeth and with distracting Nikleon was interesting, and that you had a little bit of grudging admiration / jealousy of Nikleon and all the knights and everything. So here you got a chance to see that out, and there was a moment where you were like, "You did that! You fought the evil." Was a good moment for Frogor, and also the fact that I am the best knight was also a fun little twist on what I might have expected Frogor to do there one way or the other. How'd you feel about today? Where will the lovely folks find you next?
Yeah, I feel really good today. I feel like I'm sort of feeling a bit more confident in how to play a high charisma, low intelligence character in Dragonbane, where you look at the skills and it's like the charisma ones are bluffing and persuasion, whereas the intelligence here is like more lore based and stuff. So
Yep.
I felt like a bit more confident in feeling like Frogor as a high charisma character would be able to see how best to persuade people and how to manipulate people, all thanks to his years of experience pandering to his mistress.
It's true.
So
Sucking up to people that he thinks are more powerful is all part of the mix. Yeah.
it's all how it works. Yeah. Yeah, and I will never forget White Knight. I nearly forgot his name right instantly. Yeah, and I've got this little token necklace that he's probably gonna wrap around the lid of his jar of teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And the fine folks will find me next, either the next Dragonbane or when By the Dice Roll meets.
Very excited for either one of those, and thanks, Bruce. Good stuff today, as always. All right, Chuff, did you participate in the adventure today?
I did.
You did indeed. And what are you going to mark as a result of that?
That's a great question. I think that there was a point where I was trying sleight of hand, right?
Yeah, trying to from a lock.
Dealing with the lock. I'll put it there.
I love that we never actually got that thing open. It was just you
I
going
know.
above the roof.
I
to
know.
the roof. It's like, okay, so you're gonna mark that. Did you explore
Yep.
a new location?
Not really.
Yeah, I don't think so. You did, however, I think it's fair to say, defeat one or more dangerous adversaries, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what are you going to mark for that?
That'll go into bows.
Okay. Did you overcome an obstacle without using force?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You convinced the guy to go fuck up the other guys. I mean, it
Yeah.
didn't work out.
That's
in the
true.
end, but,
That's right. It didn't work, really. I mean, his efforts didn't work, but mine did.
The theory was
So,
right.
Okay, yeah. Then yes, I did.
So what do you want to mark for that one?
I'm gonna put that one in bluffing.
Okay. And did you give in to your weakness?
No.
Okay. And I don't think you had any dragons or demons. So
No.
that means let's see what you get from your
Okay.
roll here. All right. So you will advance with bluffing. You will not advance with sleight of hand or bows. It was pretty close on both. Actually, bows was very close. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
But advanced on bluffing, but not on the others. Also, some very good stuff there. Also from Chuff trying to figure out how to sort of navigate with these people without becoming like, I am a master diplomat. It was sort of as you would expect Chuff to try to negotiate with people. So I really liked seeing that. Obviously, Chuff had 2 very effective attacks in that combat, which were important. And then thinking a little bit about what the sort of like, ramifications of having this elf that was imprisoned and like all that. It's going to be interesting to me to see what Chuff's sort of long-term takeaway from that is. Like, these humanoids are crazy, or like if there's something else that Chuff draws from the lesson of the Dragon Knights / whatever the hell this place is. That'll be interesting to me. How did you feel about today? Where will the lovely folks find you next?
A little bit cumbersome, as it always is whenever you have to Jaeger somebody else's character and you don't know anything
and good
about
work
them.
on that, by the way. Yeah, right.
It's just on the one hand, I felt like I wasn't utilizing him very well. On the other hand, I don't know him. I don't know the character, so I couldn't use him very well.
Of course.
And I would feel bad about, making character decisions for somebody else's character without knowing them. So it works out well. It just feels odd.
Yeah.
To do that, to basically just run him around and not really do anything. Really, the only thing that he did was kind of hold up that hammer and be like, "This is proof." That it's not glowing. Obviously, I'm not.
I'm not a demon. Exactly.
Right. Sort of thing. But aside from that, I'd say it went pretty well. I need to be careful, as I have to do with a lot of my characters, not falling into diplomatic stuff, because Chuff really isn't a diplomat. He's not. I've got to remember that he's much more wild than that. So
yeah, that's something to consider. But I think again, like Chuff is able to sort of has like a basic let's just cut to the chase kind of thing.
Right. He's a very no nonsense person.
Yeah. And so that I think is something to consider. But I still enjoyed thinking about the way that he does become sort of a no-nonsense person. Like, I'm actually curious to see what the aftermath is going to look like when you're all like, so what the hell was that all about?
Right.
But we'll talk about that when we get there. The fine folks will see you back here. Well, I will see you this weekend. But otherwise, the fine folks will see you here next, I guess, for... Well, either probably this, because the launch of Eberron of Dragon.
I was like, what?
Of Dragonlance. The launch of, we're going to do it over again. No, the launch of Dragonlance is going to be probably end of July, is my guess. But you will see Tren back here in that campaign. So Tren will be, and this will be great for Tren, in a Dragonlance and a Dragonbane campaign. So we'll get to have,
that's not going to be confusing.
Lance.
No,
Bane,
not at all.
Not in the least.
Not at all. Who are you playing? I don't know.
I don't remember.
Although I have figured out my character for Dragonlance.
Awesome. But thanks,
And
Tren.
there's also going to be Dragon Knights.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's going to be like Racelands and stuff.
Yep.
And
Dragon Doom, Dragon Friend. We have Dragon Spear in chat. And there's all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure, Tren. I'll see you in a few days. Tari, again, with Crocs is not here, so we will have Crocs back with us next week, or rather next month, I should say. Crocs does not have any experience to gain this time because Toro was just hanging out.
He did kind of take part in the thing.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So we finish up with Tari. So Tari, did you participate in the adventure today?
yes,
You did
I'll
indeed.
take acrobatic.
Acrobatics makes sense. It's always funny to see all the skill checks and how many of them people are like bluffing, awareness, like anything you're like, I didn't have enough of this and need more of it now is always funny to me.
It's like also like I used this time, ergo I'm actually practicing.
No, 100%. I get it. I just had this image of like now we
my
won't bluff
logic.
for the next 3 years of game time or whatever. But no, I think it's very wise to do that. All right. Did you explore a new location?
The inside of a makeshift holding cell. Does that count?
I think it's pushing it.
Hey, I'm pushing the roll. Wait.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'd say probably not. Did you defeat one or more dangerous adversaries, though? Yeah.
Did I know?
I mean, as we cut back to the montage of the horse now in Alabama and like getting on a boat to go, Yeah, so you did indeed. So what are you going to mark for
I'm
that?
taking elementalism for that.
Makes sense. Did you overcome an obstacle without using force?
Yes, the roof.
You did with the roof. I know. I was
yeah.
just thinking about the fact that we just talked about how you blew someone off their horse, but yes, you did actually overcome that. So what are you going to mark for that one?
Let's see. Did I actually use anything else today? I guess I learned like about the castle stuff, so I'm guessing I'm gonna mark myth and legends.
Okay. And did you give into your weakness?
I'm unsure.
I mean, I guess you were kind of trying to order Chuff around, but I don't know if that counts.
Because she said please.
She said please. Yeah, exactly. I should say that you went against your weak. No, I'm just kidding. But
God damn it. Is that gonna be the first time where I didn't really do anything with that? Gonna break my streak?
gonna break your streak. Maybe it's character development.
You.
Maybe nothing's going to break your stride.
Ain't nothing gonna break my stride.
You're running and you won't touch ground. Oh no.
Oh no.
You got to keep on moving. All right. So anyway,
So I guess not.
okay. And I don't think you had any dragons or demons.
Nope.
Did you? Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. Ooh. All right. So let's see. Acrobatics advances. Myths and legends does not. Elementalism definitively does not. But acrobatics does. Okay. So again, obviously, the big highlight, I think, is Ahatea, obliterating the guy and blowing him back off the horse. That was pretty tremendous, combat-wise. But I think also, speaking to, it was funny because Ahatea is not diplomat, extraordinaire either. But talking to Iliel and sort of being like, right, so maybe we just should leave. Like there was a kind of sort of like, we're having this discussion. Why are we having this discussion? Let's go. I'm here to save you and whatever. We're leaving now. On both sides of the door, when you weren't, that was cracking me up, by the way, when you're on the other side of the door and he kept being like, the thing with Chickgore, I forgot to mention this, Chickgore being stuck in the lock was, oh, what a great visual. Anyway, but when you were actually talking to her, you were like, okay, we're going to do this is what we're going to do. And the sort of typical Ahatea, like, why is this even a discussion? Like, just go, let's leave, do this, and solve the problem, and whatever. Like, nuance and Ahatea do not hang out in the same bars, right? So I really enjoyed that a lot. And obviously, as we said, the combat prowess with the several fireballs was evident. How'd you feel about today's session, Tari? Where will the fine folks find you guys?
Oh, I think everything was on fire today. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
It was really lit. Yeah.
It's truly. No, this was a lot of fun. Back into it, despite the heat.
Mhm.
Hey, it's true. What else could it be?
I didn't mean to do that. This was great, and people can find me on Blue Sky and on Tumblr and on Kara.app at Taritunes, where you can find me posting my art and things. I've been drawing a bunch of Kirby stuff lately. If you want to go see that. Go follow me there. And besides that, people can find me here at some point in the coming weeks for either more Dragonbane or for the continuation of what's the name of the game we're playing? The book.
Fuel's Gold.
Fuel's
Car Wars.
Gold.
Fuel's Gold.
The game book
Yes.
that we're currently doing.
That is going to be a good time, and I'm excited to get that back going as well. Thank you, Tari. And again, chat, thank you to all of you as well. Can we get some love for the amazing Dragonbane crew, who I will see back in July? Thank you to, we'll see Crocs next month, but for those who played today, thanks to Tari Tunes. Thank you to Trent Sparks. Thank you to Undeveloped Bruce. Thank you all, everybody. And I will see you folks down the line.
Remember to take back control of Crocs.
Oh, yes. I will do that now. Thank you.
Yep.
And bye for now.
Bye.
All righty. Okay, let me just quickly do that. Try to make an excellent point so that we can take that control back. I'm going to edit this. We're going to put this not in that, and we're going to put this not in that. Save changes. Great. All right, there we are. Lovely. That was great. I really, really had a good time with that today. It was fun. Hi, Craigery. It was fun, and I think we successfully were able to answer the question of what happens when a chicken fails to pick a lock? I think a question that none of you all thought needed answering, and it turns out that it actually does the whole time. But I really enjoyed that, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of what happens with this campaign as time goes on. It is swingy, and there's going to come a point where the swing is going to swing against, the other party. That parry was pretty necessary from Frogor. And not everybody is capable of parrying, but Frogor is, as someone who has a shield and a sword and all that stuff. So anyway, but that, Chad, is going to do it for me here. I am going to be, however, over on GOG.com, and I got to hurry up and get on out of here because I've got to start between 4 and 4:15 p.m. Eastern playing Pen and Pixels and playing the Lamplighters League, which I started playing last week. That's going to be my last pre-San Francisco stream. Tomorrow night, remember, we are going to have more of the Shadow Crew playing Dungeon of the Mad Mage with Shadow Mage. That'll be happening tomorrow night. And I am going to be then in San Francisco and on the West Coast for a couple of weeks. On Saturday, we have Roleplay by the Bay. So again, if you haven't already done so, please make sure to check out this site and please register for it if you aren't already and if you're going to be there in person at the event. It is free to go, but I don't know whether we're going to live stream it. We're going to make an effort to, but I don't really have full control over that scenario, so I don't know if we'll be able to. So the way to make sure that you can see it is if you happen to be in the Bay Area, come out and check it out and have fun with us. It's going to be happening this Saturday, June 27th, starting at 10 a.m. Pacific. That is when the doors open, and then it will be running until 5 p.m. Pacific. It'll start with the Damon Running Cancer Research Foundation scientist chat with me, followed by the scientist playing an adventure with me, a one-shot that I am writing as we speak and have to finish this evening. And then there'll be a lunch break, and then after the lunch break, Zach Clay will be GMing for the members of his teens program that are going to be there, that have been there for him, and so he's going to be doing that in the afternoon. It is a fun event. It is free to go, but you do have to make sure that you register, so please do that at that link, and that would be great. And as far as whether they offer pizza, not sure exactly what the food situation is going to look like. We haven't fully worked that out yet. Whether or not there's going to be food offered. There will definitely be water and the like. But as far as pizza, I don't know. I'm not sure. But there will be a lunch break. I can at least promise that much. Not hard to find good pizza in San Francisco. So I have heard. I've only ever been to San Francisco once, many, many years ago. My kids have never been. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what it's like these days and checking it out. So it should be a good time. If you like what you saw and heard today, please follow the channel. Please check out my YouTube at !ArvTube, Discord at !ArvCord, Blue Sky !ArvSky, website arvineleron.com, financially !ArvShop is the merchandise area, !ArvTreon is my Patreon right there, trying to build that back up into triple digits. Subbing to the channel is definitely necessary. Both of those things also give you inspirations to help our players, and boy do we need those inspirations today, as you all know, so thanks for those of you who provided them. On the publishing front, Exclamation Point Icarus is my graphic novel. Exclamation Point Library, that's my Tales and Tomes, The Forbidden Library, my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. And Exclamation Point Greyshade, that's my Greyshade IP, Greyshade Renegade and Heretic, the Grey Assassin trilogy, award-winning, critically acclaimed. You can get those at that link. You can get the audiobooks done by our very own Trent Sparks that you just saw at that link of Greyshade Renegade and Heretic, and you can get you can pre-order the tabletop role-playing game of Greyshade from our very own Brandon O'Brien, The Rising Tides, coming to you soon from Alligator Alley Entertainment. So please do all those things. And as always, Exclamation Point BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Exclamation Point Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention, important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And Exclamation Point Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage, and send the message you'll do so for others in that situation in the future. Thank you to my wonderful mods, the best in the business. Thank you to Dragon Spear, to Prince Justin, to Triffany Mats. Dragon, I assume that Portugal ended up winning that match where Ronaldo scored. But thanks to my wonderful mods for all of that. Thank you to my wonderful Patreon supporters and subscribers, Dragon Spear, Prince Justin, Triffany Mats, Nonstop, Trendane, of course. And thank you to my wonderful viewers. Thank you to Baron Valor. Thank you to Big Boss, to Butthurt Gamer, Craigery, Eric, Grivix, Jagtris. Thank you to Ragin. Thank you to Sunny Boy and the Airmaster. And special thanks today, as always, always, to my wonderful Dragonbane crew, who in the Dragonbane crew did wonderful work today. Thank you to Crocs, who you'll see back here next month. But for those who played today, thank you to Tari, thank you to Tren, and thank you to Undeveloped Bruce. 2 for Ronaldo, 5 for Portugal. Holy cow. My voice sounds a little bit ragged. Yeah, I'm going to drink a little bit. I'm just rushing is basically what I'm doing because I got to get heading off. So that's all. But I'm fine. That's going to be doing it for me on this channel, though. I will be, at least for now, I will be over at GOG in a little bit, as I said. And then, again, my channel will be live tomorrow night, but I will not be streaming on it because I will be in San Francisco. And as I say, I'll be there over the next couple of weeks on the West Coast. But I'll be hopefully back to you folks on Roleplay by the Bay. After that, not 100% sure. We will see whether or not... what the sort of internet access and all that stuff looks like, what my schedule looks like. So I'm not sure whether or not I'll be around for streaming until somewhere around the 9th or 10th of July when I get back for ReaderCon. And I hopefully should be able to do one stream if I can when I'm from ReaderCon. At least I hope so. So that is the plan. But that's going to do it for me. Thanks, everyone. Much love. I'll see you folks over on GOG.com in a bit. And until then, as I always say, much love to all. Everyone, please be good to each other. And have a good afternoon.